Okay, so for this game, I didn't even want to assume that people were just gonna have their characters go to bed because there's so much to
That's
do.
fair. Yeah, I
And
think we kind of said that there was stuff that we wanted
Oh.
to talk
yeah, you
about.
started. I think
right?
you guys said you wanted to
You know
first.
what? Why don't we play this out in real time where everyone's just sleep dreaming and this is just a conversation for the rest of the night?
It's Animal Crossing. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Charles? Same word.
I think what you mentioned, Sarah, was, if I recall correctly, was that people want to talk about who gets which item.
Yes, you are
Yes.
correct. So, okay, we definitely should talk about what items are still kind of up for grabs, and we should probably either like roll a die or I don't know, do something to like decide on who gets what.
I just really wanted the
Real
invisibility cloak.
I
We
know,
know you do.
but I don't know if it's fair that Sean isn't here and technically Yllaxis is the one holding
Is-
it. But on the subject of it's not really objects or items, we do have a lot of money in the purse.
We have a lot of money
we
in the
want to
purse.
start with how to maybe split that up.
Yeah, how much do we
Okay.
have in the purse? Start with the
Secondary
easy stuff.
question. Is
Huh?
there a this world version of Vegas?
On a side note,
Maggie just
the answer
keeps
is
the
yes.
money away from Fontiev.
The answer is yes. It is called San Prospero. It's very far from
There's
here.
a goddamn Tarrasque in the bathroom.
Sean will love that. But anyway, yeah, so how much money do we have in the bag currently?
So in the purse many pockets, we have 3,598 gold.
Wow.
Which is a lot. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
wow.
We're like 2 gold short from 3,600.
Nice.
I don't know
We're
if
still not
anyone
even
finds
counting
any
how much
lying
gold I
around.
have on my person right now.
Well, yeah, I think we each have a decent bit of gold as well. Hold on, let's see.
We have some, yeah.
I don't think I moved my gold. Dromik probably doesn't have that much.
I have like a stupid amount on me.
Kiff have 15 gold.
Oh boy.
Kiff should
Also, your
probably be
brother-
carrying more gold.
Kiff bought friends.
Oh, yeah, right.
Charles, what were you saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know there's many times where Rob thought that he had something when really was in the purse, so that could be reconciled at some point as well.
No, I have.
I think we've.
Let me see. 1,425 gold pieces on me.
Holy cannolis, how do you have that much money?
Because I was the only person that kept sweeping up gold when we found it.
Oh, right, you swept up a ton of gems. I have 191 gold on Dromik.
I don't know if those gems have been appraised.
No, they weren't. It wasn't gems. It was
Those-
the actual gold in addition to the gems.
Well, you swept up the gold and the gems. I thought
Into
you
the
put the gems
purse.
in the purse.
The gems
Yeah.
are in the purse. The gold is still
Yes.
on my person.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, at any rate, we have almost 3,600. So I was wondering if we wanted to split 3,000 of it up 6 ways, so we each get 500, and then the remaining
Stays in the
598
bag.
maybe we leave in the purse as like
Mhm.
a party
A
slush
rainy
fund.
day fund, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea.
I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea, Elena. So you said how much? How much a person? Three?
Yeah. So
3,000
it
divided
would
by
be
6.
3,000 divided by 6, so we'd each get 500 from that,
500.
and then there would be 598 still left in the purse as like a
Perfect.
slush fund. If you think it's better that we just divide it up because we have enough for like almost everyone to get 600, that's also an option.
I
don't
think
know
that we should
which
keep
everyone
a
prefers.
little extra fund, like just in case there's something that we need to move around, or like someone needs money right away, or like we're not in the same area. This gives us each enough money to like bribe people or buy something expensive if we want it, or you know what I mean?
Okay.
I think that, and then God forbid something happens or whatever, we still have the Purse of Many Pockets fund.
Okay. So everyone
Um,
add 500 gold to your own. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're good. I'm just gonna put in roleplay, I guess.
Yes.
That Sean should when he gets a chance.
Yeah.
Put
Thank you.
500 in.
All right. And I will delete the 3. So we
Yes.
still have 598 gold in the purse. Cool. That was I felt like that would be the easiest thing just because it's about divvying the money, so I wanted to get that done first. Yay.
Okay, cool.
Got the money.
You want to go down the line of all the stuff that we need to do? Let's see.
Yeah, sure. So just starting with the purse. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the
Okay.
purse, we can either decide to keep stuff in the purse or we can also, I don't know, like, okay, we did put a bunch of stuff in the purse, I think,
We
to
did.
Okay.
divvy up later.
There are a lot of we're just still discussing divvying up.
The money has
things.
been divvied.
The money has been divvied.
The easiest
Um,
thing.
And the 2 rubies, one has been given to the Carthan Thieves Guild. I think it's 2 after it was given, so I'm just gonna delete that note if that's okay. For housekeeping purposes, because I think we'll get
So-
confused
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they took that ruby.
Yes. So now we have 2
Oh,
rubies.
sorry, I'm done.
left.
Because in
Uh,
my pocket I have.
Hello. Oh,
I mean, I'm
yeah,
all
I'm
cool
doing
with
good.
doing
Sorry,
a
I
bait and
don't mean to
switch,
be
but I have
clearing
the
my
2
throat really bad.
rubies
I'm
from
doing okay.
Kolthar's skull in my
Ah.
personal inventory.
Okay.
Ooh, I didn't know you had that.
Did someone else offer
Just
up
so
a
you know,
ruby,
I'm
or
going to be a
no?
little less
I
talkative.
offered one of those
You
to
might hear food in the
Yeah.
background,
guy
but I'm going to
who
be a little less talkative
knocked
currently, just so
down
that my
the
friends and I can stay
tower.
in character.
Or
Right.
knocked
But I
down
will
the
be
bell.
talkative
However,
on
Right.
nobody
chat.
came to collect yet.
Oh, the guy who did that is actually got killed when the gemling exploded. I think.
Oh shit!
Well, look at that.
All
You
right.
don't have to give any money to anyone.
Free gold.
All right, so I guess
You
we do
mean
have 3 rubies
If
after
don't
all.
have give.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You.
Yeah.
I said you.
I
You
thought I
don't.
said
So
we.
No, I said you.
I've
Oh,
changed it back to 3 rubies in the purse then, since that was not
Okay.
given away. So the first item that I see here is the Gloves of Fire, which requires 18 strength. Now that we have leveled up, or leveling up is imminent,
Yes.
I believe that is between Marvis and Yllaxis.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Which item is this? I apologize.
The Gloves of Fire. I'm just
Yes.
I'm looking through the purse,
that was
going
one
top to
that we
bottom.
were kind of debating on.
Yeah.
Do you want to wait for that with Yllaxis? I don't know if it does it go along with melee, or I mean, like, does it stack is the question? Because like Yllaxis could probably use those, but also, did we decide on the potion of strength as well? I don't know if Roldan did you. I
say-
know Sean and you talked about it, perhaps. Roldan, do you remember? I don't know if it happened or not.
I don't see it in the purse.
So I
Well,
see
it was,
the
it
purse.
was it was lent to Chef Johnson.
No, the
the
potion of
So
permanent strength.
the gloves were,
Oh,
but not the
Yeah.
potion, yeah.
That was not lent to
Definitely
anyone.
existed.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's
existed.
still here. It's still in the purse. I see it.
Yeah.
It's near the top
Oh, it
ish.
is?
Yeah, it's under the Gloves of Fire. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scrolls, and then the potion of permanent strength +1.
Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, there are so many things.
Yeah.
You can alphabetize this later.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's
Actually, you
too
know what
much-
we should do instead of I'd prefer we don't need another explosion. I think we're good. No, but I can help organize it later where I can put it in by like
Yeah.
scrolls, potions, this thing, that thing. I
Yeah.
can split it up like that later.
I agree. I was trying to do that for like a period of time, and then
You did a pretty good job, and
with
then
our
everything
last-
happened. Yeah.
last round of like we used up a bunch of stuff, we found a bunch of stuff. It got messed up again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roldan, did
That's
you and
okay.
Sean decide about the potion of permanent strength and the gloves of fire?
Answer me.
Roldan,
He's
yeah?
on the Discord.
Yeah, he's here.
And he's
Are you with
Oh.
us?
Yeah. Maybe he's on mute. I don't know.
We'll ask him when he comes back.
Yeah.
All right,
Don't
moving
say
on. then
anything if you
for
want
now.
Fontiev to have everything. Okay, he wants me to have everything.
Har.
Good joke.
Okay.
Good.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know, it works
So-
sometimes, but
here,
here's the thing. Myself and Elena are both teachers, so that does not work on us.
Yeah, we're
smart
like,
enough to
haha,
understand.
okay.
You say that
Alright.
now, but give me time. You will believe it.
I can't.
I'm looking at what we have. I feel like those are the only real like items. The rest of it are just scrolls and potions, which I kind of feel like are fine to keep in the
I feel like
purse
keeping scrolls
because
and potions in the purse is the best because then it's
yeah,
used as needed.
whoever
And we can all just be
exactly.
like, "Can I do it? I'm doing it." And then that's great. I think
Yeah.
those are
If no one says no, yeah.
right, exactly.
Then
If no one is immediately going to use it next, it's like, "Yes, do it." Absolutely.
yeah. So then the only other stuff I see is in the bag of holding. We have one ordinary plate armor and one ordinary shield, which I think we picked up during
I think
this
we were going to give to
fight.
someone,
Oh, wait, sorry. There
but I
is
don't
one
know
thing I
who.
noticed. There is a potion of regeneration,
I see
which
that.
yeah,
I know a
I
certain scale folk who might want to.
yeah,
I would
Indeed.
appreciate it. Are you talking about me giving that to Shan?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love that, but I don't know. I didn't even realize it was there. Wow.
I also was just looking through. Yeah, we have a scroll of protection from fiends, scroll presence of Azathoth,
Azathoth.
scroll of haste. Yeah, that's like that is the nuclear solution scroll.
Scroll of Azathoth. Yes, it is. It is
Yeah.
absolutely the nuclear solution scroll. Azathoth
You're
is
like,
not
this is
good.
the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very scary scroll.
We have scroll of haste, scroll of detect thoughts, scroll of ensnaring strike, the potion of permanent strength that we talked about, potion of invisibility, one scroll dimension door, one scroll firestorm, one teleport bomb, one potion of regeneration, one potion of resist all that lasts for 1 hour,
Ooh.
potion of enlargement, two potions of superior healing, instant zor, two storm arrows, the diamond heart, which I say
We
either
still
keep
have
it in the
storm
pub or the
arrows?
bag of holding.
What?
There's two left. Two storm
That's
arrows
awesome.
left. Yep.
Out of 5, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Yes.
Did we
had
get
a-
the golden chest contents? The resist all and
think
enlargement as well.
so.
There, yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
both
Okay,
of
yeah, it's there.
them.
It's
That's
there.
I remember doing it.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, that is where the potion of regeneration came from.
Cool, great.
Potion of protection from fiends, exalted orb, potion of protection from constructs, oil of corruption, potion of shadows, potion of wonder, pink crystal rose. Which does that
I don't know if
seem
that.
like
That's,
a magical thing?
Identified the pink
No, I
crystal.
don't
Yeah,
think
if you
anyone's-
want to do it now, you can do it
Okay,
now.
sure. We have time tonight. I will identify it.
That's
as
the
we're going
first
through
time
this
we've said
list.
that in a very long time.
I know.
It's
We will
incredible.
identify such
Enjoying it.
thing.
It's very exciting.
It seems to have been naturally or artificially grown, certainly by nothing you've ever seen. It
That's
doesn't
cool.
seem to be magical per se. It's more of like a decorative thing, but it is a very strong crystal. You can throw it and it will not break.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So,
That's cool.
just to make a note.
So
not
it is a hard,
magical.
it is very hard stone.
Cool. Okay, that might come in handy at some point. For
And it's
when,
going
but
to
I'm
be
sure.
very similar.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was either grown or crafted.
It was either naturally grown or or artificially grown with very, very high skill levels.
How
Okay.
how heavy is it?
It's about 10 pounds. It's not
Wow.
light.
Okay. Yeah. That's chonking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good chonking.
It's like a long stem. It's all stone.
Okay.
10 pounds. Okay.
I'll need like a reference image for this. I'll look
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like the Beauty and the Beast rose, but crystal.
but
That's what
like
I'm
if,
thining.
if throwing
That's literally
it
what I'm
could
thinking
kill
of.
someone.
Yes, it's a very lethal Beauty and the Beast rose. It's hella
There is
lethal.
a Maggie might like to know that there is a wonderful magical transmutation spell available to her by the name of Catapult.
Catapult, yes. I know that.
Listen, the problem is that there are so many spells,
Oh
and
yeah.
the time it takes to learn them is one thing, and then I only have a limited number of spell slots. But I've heard of this catapult spell. I've heard that it can be very resourceful.
Yeah.
It goes around
yes.
corners.
It does it really go around corners?
Does it? Well,
Oh, wow.
I'll research
Right.
that while you guys discuss.
So
Yeah,
from
I
what
was
I
like,
remember,
"What?"
it was like you don't need to
Yeah.
see where it is. You can just
Yeah.
Right,
As long
like
as
you
you
can
know
just
where it
fling
is,
shit.
you
Fire
can
it.
send it chucking.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Fantastic idea. I think I would have that if it's less than level 3. So,
It's
but
level
anyway,
1.
Yeah, so I
So you would
could.
have to upcast it
have
to
it.
level 2 to throw the rose because it's 10 pounds.
'Cause it's
But
that
it
heavy.
does like 4 or 5 d8. It's insane.
Yeah, it does a
That is
good bit
pretty
of.
good. Yeah, nice. The 7 fried eyeballs. I don't think I need to identify those. We're just gonna.
No, you need to identify those. We don't know where they've been.
We don't know where they've been.
You could just eat them.
No,
Yeah.
thank
Hard
you. Not right now.
pass.
Mama's special. Kiffy.
Hard. No, please, no, please.
Kiff,
do
are
not.
you eating one? Cause I'll
Bit-
change it to 6 instead of 7. Then.
Oh please. Oh please. No.
Smell really good.
Oh no. I'm not. This is not my problem. If you get ayahuasca, this isn't my problem.
Can Kiff roll something like either nature or survival to determine
Kiff
if
actually might know if it's poisonous.
the
Yeah.
yeah, because he was a what's it called? Not a nomad. He was a hermit.
Hermit,
Not
yeah.
what's it called?
You
Kind
were
of, yeah, a
raised by
wanderer.
wolves.
So I was raised by wolves. So I've had a lot of things that would make me sick in my day from just
Yes.
sheer curiosity.
Okay, so you're gonna like sniff it and maybe taste it a little bit, right?
Sniff it,
Give
maybe
it
give
just a
lick.
little lick.
Yeah, a little lick.
Amazing.
Oh,
Oh, did you roll
wait a
bad?
minute. You know what? Stand by.
Did
That
you
is-
have
that
it
is a
good
2.
enough?
It
Yeah,
is a
Two on
2,
the die.
but
the 2 on the beat die. That's why you
Um,
went. Oh,
we just hit level 12.
we're not level 12 yet, are we? Or
Oh,
Or
You
are
are
we-
effectively. I mean, you won't get the spells back until you rest,
Okay.
but you have
that's fine.
That's fine.
I think
I
that's
do
a
have
+1
lucky.
proficiency, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got lucky. Is that
Yeah.
confirmed?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I too
Oh
also
yeah,
took,
you
took
took
lucky.
lucky.
I also took lucky.
I took
Everyone
the
said the
linguist
Kiff is
feat.
the luckiest guy. He keeps dying but living. That would be a 17.
Okay, so you don't know what kind of eyeball it is. You don't think it's poisonous.
It's potentially not poisonous.
It was deep fried, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of like it's not
Oh, okay.
to tell. And it was covered in some kind of batter before it was fried with extra spices.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, spices.
That sounds interesting.
Can Kiff take a nibble of the batter?
You can.
Yeah, Kiff wants to nibble the batter. How does it taste?
Okay, where's Kev?
Jeff, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
What? That is a scary question.
Yeah.
He's over here.
Kiff is here.
Kiff nibbles on something and then you ask,
Where is
where
he?
is he?
Where is he? In
You're like, that's bad.
Kiff, Kiff
May I
suddenly,
step away
you have
from
little-
him as he's doing
No.
this if I'm there?
You're
No,
next
I'm
to
not
me and
there.
yeah, you're
Okay.
with me and Shan.
suddenly Kiff turns
Well,
into.
we're in the same room, but not directly next to Kiff.
So Kiff nibbles a little of the batter.
Yeah.
And he just completely disappears for a second, and then he pops back. And Marcia says, "Kiff, you disappeared. What happened? Where did you go?"
Question for the DM. Was it tasty?
It was tasty.
My first question is, was it delicious?
Kiff turns to
Did Kiff
Marsha
enjoy the
and he
meal?
holds up the eyeball and he goes, "Very good eats."
She says, "No, thank you, young man, young creature."
Yes.
All right. So there are now 60 fried eyeballs in the purse.
It did feel a little weird when you were disappeared briefly, but it was hard to tell exactly what that was.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I had a little bit of the batter. I didn't eat the whole eye, but I will put that one because it's like kind of
It's
eaten in
yours
my
now.
inventory.
It's yours now.
It's an eyeball with a specific bite mark.
It's like a nibbled fried eyeball.
Yes.
With extra spices, yeah.
Yes. Okay. May I try to identify the holocron?
Okay, that's not gonna be easy, but you can. I assume you're gonna use the ritual or whatever, and then you also need to roll either investigation or arcana.
Okay.
Did you get any feats, Maggie?
I took the linguist feat,
Ooh.
Okay.
so I now know more languages. And my intelligence is now 22.
Nice.
With-
right.
With
yeah,
the
'cause
ring,
you have,
the
yeah,
ring
'cause
that
you have
gives
the
me
ring.
the bonus. So
How
yeah.
many languages do you know now?
A lot.
It added 3, so I have. I
Damn.
took deep speech, Elvish, and Gith.
Is it? Do you know
Nice.
6 languages?
I know
I
6.
know
Thank you. That's all I was going for.
Sorry. Also, no. All right.
It's okay.
Roll.
But also, yes.
23.
Okay, you're pretty sure that. Okay, so it seems like some kind of puzzle box with a lock on it, and it has a bunch of buttons and things you can turn, and you figure you're confident that you know how to unlock it. It does seem like it was crafted by very fine tools that you've never seen before, or magic,
Mhm.
and there's not really like what languages do you know?
6.
So
What are the new ones? Yeah.
Sorry.
the new ones are Deep Speech, Elvish, and Gith. I also know Infernal and Undercommon.
Okay.
You are smart.
Yes.
Okay. So
Big brain
since you
energy.
know deep speech, it
Yes.
says there is a label on this thing. There is a label in deep speech. It says, it says the drama of Bonzo and the sigils of Norzan are recorded in this holocron. And then somebody else wrote on it that they added a few spells as well.
Ooh.
And there, you figure out you know how to turn it on. So
Okay.
it's some kind of like projector slash knowledge transference device. So it will both tell you a story and show you a story, and it will teach you new things that you may not have known before.
Ooh. That is awesome.
That's so cute. Is that like a one-person used kind of thing, or is that a movie night kind of thing?
Yeah.
It is kind of a movie night kind of thing.
Yes!
Ooh.
Movie night for all the spellcasters.
Yes.
Oh my god, are
Charles,
we gonna
are you-
watch the 1980s classic The
Oh,
Wizard?
that's a beautiful... Oh, no.
The greatest thing ever.
You're putting that in the roleplay channel, right?
Yeah, I am just because
Okay.
there's some details here.
Yeah.
Perfect. I didn't want to miss anything, and I'll just copy it over. Yeah. So maybe in the morning, when we've all had a good night's sleep and recovered some HP, just in case something weird
Right.
happens. But otherwise, very excited about this.
Yeah, movie night, movie day, movie morning.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
It's basically like a movie projector, but it's going to be in the language of deep speech. But
Wow, very cool.
But there's other effects that might happen as well when you decide to activate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
right, when it is decided that we watch it.
Pretty cool.
Cool.
And all the writing on it is in deep speech, or is there anything that I can't read? Because just because you said there were some notes added.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's all in that language.
Okay, perfect. Yay, linguist. I can also now write ciphers. Very fun. All right, I will put this in the pumpity pump.
Yeah, you might even wonder that if these could be like a great product.
With the holocrons?
Yes, in some other time.
Yeah, they must be a wonderful little product.
There it is.
Yeah, it should be near the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
So here's what I say. Do we want to wait until Sean is back to discuss our cloak?
I feel like we have.
I feel like it might be a good idea. Just because I don't want to leave him out of that discussion. I very much so agree with you. And as much as it does kind of suck that we don't get to use it right now, I just think that I feel like that's fair to him, you know?
We'll live.
We'll be okay.
Like,
We just fought a lot of shit.
Yllaxis-
We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Just say that now.
Hey, we have eyeballs.
we got-
Relax. we're
Exactly.
fine.
We got transportable eyeballs that transport you.
And there's a potion of invisibility in the
There
purse.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
we'll be okay for now. The other thing is just for like housekeeping purposes.
Yes.
We still noted the 4 canisters of ambrosia. In the purse Although
I'm
I
pretty
know
sure
there
we
has been
distributed
Yeah, I
those.
think
Right,
yeah,
they
it just
have-
says distributed. We can probably
says
just delete it.
distributed. Can I delete it?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
we like did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the 7 units of Gaunt milk. Did we officially give that to Marcia to try to make more ambrosia?
Mm, I mean, we
I
can.
think you gave that to her to use.
I know I gave her a preserved piece of Gaunt.
Yeah. We gave her a preserved piece of
Yeah.
Gaunt that she used to remove that like blood tracking.
Yes, correct. Blood
smelling
tracking
That's
stuff.
ability.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe
So-
you used the units as well. I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I
that's
don't. I
certainly
would
like
assume that
part
we
of the
would be
topic
giving
that
it to
you
her.
discussed with the people, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having it deleted, and assuming that we have had her use it to like research how to make it. Yeah.
Right. My question was whether we'd like I guess already given it to her or if we had to give it to her now to research how to make more antidote.
Well, if we give it to her now, we can do that now.
Yeah.
As soon as you want to talk to the NPC, just let me know.
Yeah.
I want to talk to God.
You were already talking to. Charles
Yeah.
in this game.
I know, it was a fun conversation. I want to go back to that.
No, I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah, so I mean, if you all are okay with this regeneration potion being used, I don't know if we need it for anything else, but it would be awesome if I could use it.
We don't need it yet. But no, I think
Yeah. Good call.
Dromik has brought up, agreed.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was in there.
Same. So yeah, we'll just as you are plucking the
As we're following, I think it's you that we're following, pulling
you're
out gemling
plucking
bits
me.
like, please no, please no.
Plucking gemling bits from my body. I think Marvis came over to us with the chest and was like, "Here, put the stuff in there."
I found
so
this.
as we're just
And then
putting
he
it in.
shut down, apparently.
Yes, he
What?
went, I found this.
He went and shut
Yeah, he's-
down, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing his thing.
It's like,
That's fine.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
so yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I went into a frenzy of rage. What do you expect?
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, good.
We are back. We have questions for you.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
Did you and Yllaxis decide, or do you and Sean decide about the
Strength potion?
potion of strength and the gloves of fire?
Potion of strength. I think he said he gave it to me.
Cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you want to take that,
Yep,
if you
I'll
want to take
take
it
that out.
now, we can delete the thing.
Yep.
Sweet. And are
Um,
you taking the gloves of fire as well? Because I think then you're the only one with a strength of 18.
Is
you
it
Yllaxis not
19?
No, I think
It
the gloves
says
are 18.
requires strength 18.
Oh, well, I have 19.
Ooh.
All right, boom.
There you go. At least for now.
It
Yeah.
does require attunement, but
So yeah,
I
take
forget
it.
what I have attuned.
You have the hammer at the very least.
No, the hammer is not attuned.
Oh shit.
I think it's just the axe and the bracelet.
Oh cool. So that's your third magic item. Hell yeah. Well, third big boy magic item.
woo.
Grown up
The
magic
cloak
item.
will require it, yeah.
Yeah, the cloak will require. Well,
Yeah.
when we discuss that, we'll have to. We'll figure it out.
I think you're right that Yllaxis was the one who made the who
She
was
is the
up
one who
front
grabbed
with
it.
the
Yes.
gloves.
She did. Yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. So I think that we should, at the very least, leave it until she comes back.
Yeah.
It probably won't be an issue for a while anyway.
I don't think so. At least for this specific tonight, I don't think it'll be an issue.
Yeah.
And he'll be back next week, so it should be.
All right. So the gloves are being removed. Yay.
The gloves are coming off.
Ha 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 ha.
Fight night at Maggie's. Sunday.
Did
Amazing.
Okay, I don't want to ask this question. No, I can't ask that question. It'd be too leading.
Oh no.
If you see anything on the map that isn't appropriate or correct, let me know. Right now, the various people who are taking charge, such as Norris, the cleric, are trying to like burn all the bodies as you guys are sifting through your loot.
Yeah, I
Now
would
you're-
collect my heads.
Now you're telling us to to look at the map very carefully, and I'm scared.
Well, it's pretty chaotic. I mean, if this is a simulation, then yeah, it is pretty chaotic. State.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's pretty. This is pretty accurate.
If you lost your scarf around here, it probably wouldn't be easy to find.
Kiff has not seen Kurtlmak, god of kobolds.
That just came in, but also, Kiff, you picked up your bear trap, correct?
Oh yeah. I was
Yeah,
standing
you were
right
standing
next to
next
little
to
Timmy.
it, right?
So yeah, I got little Timmy.
And this is the chest that we were putting away. Got that.
Well, one thing I can say for sure is this gemling is gone. Human proof.
Yeah, throw it in the funeral.
He would exploded.
Funeral pyre?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it gonna pop again like popcorn?
Boom! Oh, various kobolds! Whoa!
Fuck you!
Wait.
They're just hanging out.
What do you mean? Wait.
What?
Norris
No, I
here is
just
making a
think-
speech as some people are watching the funeral pyre.
Who
Just
is?
for reference, Mercy is talking to everyone. There's lots of people crowding around Mercy. There's lots of people suffering from the plague also crowding around Mercy.
Oh no.
She seems very put upon.
It
yeah.
is. It has been discussed last time that Chef Johnson is not being buried here. He's
Right.
being buried on a hill, over the moon, at night.
Okay.
But will he be buried in Flavortown?
As all good wolves get buried.
Kiff
And
said,
chefs.
"Ow."
Chefs.
And chefs.
Oh my god.
Chef's also buried under the moon. It is a
Chefs.
common known thing. Common knowledge. That's the word. Amazing.
What did you say about kobolds?
There's
I
many
just
kobolds.
noticed the map, but next to Bahamut is Kurtlmak, god of kobolds.
God of kobolds.
Oh.
Yeah, when I said a lot of the gods' avatars appeared and made instant statues, I didn't mention all of them. I just mentioned it was kind of
Yeah,
fun, so
you
I'm
said
adding-
like a
I'm
bunch of
adding
them,
a
so
few
you'd
more
added a
to
couple.
round it out.
They're
Kiff has actually, since he ran out to Chef Johnson, he has not been back in this room yet with all of these gods in it. So he has no idea all this shit's happening.
and we've kind of collected our haven't we?
I think for the most part we did.
Is Gemling dead or alive?
They're
It
dead
should be
now.
Okay, okay, it's
you could
just
poke it with a stick and see what happens.
yeah, it's just standing there, and I was confused.
You know, it's that I moved it out of the main room.
Shit, I don't know what we're missing.
What do I look like, a D&D player?
No, I'm like, I don't know what I'm missing. Oh no, you know what? I think I know what we're missing. Still have some grubs to deal with.
Is it my sanity?
No, we still have some grubs to deal with.
I
Oh,
thought we
That's a
like
great question.
stomped them as we saw them.
The ones inside. There are still ones on the roof.
Oh.
That came from a planetar. If
I thought-
possible.
Wait, I thought when she was following us, she was still inside.
We killed her on the roof. We killed her
Yeah.
outside.
You
she
guys
was
came up and over.
Yeah, you
So
were
we were
riding.
in the Dragon Chapel when we killed her.
No, we were over the Dragon Chapel. I flew, remember? I broke out this back wall
We
here.
went outside.
And then
Okay.
went up and over, yeah.
I thought we went through and then you went up through this hole
The
in the, like
lines.
the bell tower area.
No, I went down through that hole, yeah. Other way.
Okay,
The opposite direction.
cool.
Yeah, so,
So
you go ahead.
okay. No, I
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
We may want to instruct, like, Fontiev, because he has the flying broom, if he could possibly go and...
Or take one of us up.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't
if
have
you
any
want
fire,
someone with... Yeah.
'cause I
Oh,
can
yeah,
fire
fire
bolts.
might actually be good.
Welcome to Fontiev Airlines,
Yeah.
where all your dreams come true. We have flight
no, the
routes
horse
from
is running.
here to Carthen to the sunny mountains to the bottom of the ocean. We hope that you enjoy your flight, but not really. Peanut surface will not be offered.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
climb on the broom and hold on and tell Fontiev to take me to the roof. Fly
This is your
me
captain
to the
speaking.
moon.
This is your captain speaking.
Oh,
we're
no.
making an
Hurry it
approach
up,
towards the,
sweetheart, or I'm gonna
the
get
roof.
handsy.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. That would scare me.
That is a
What
Shall I
Maggie
roll
doesn't realize is
intimidate?
that there is a U.S. Marshal standing right next to her.
This is
Is
very,
his name Bud?
very crowded room.
this is a very crowded room.
Ooh, ooh, how exciting!
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring Maggie up there.
I'm gonna fire bolt that worm pile.
Well, so when you go back up there, you look at where the worms. You remember seeing the worm,
Not there.
but they're not there.
Oh no.
There is a slime trail leading into a crevice,
Oh no.
A crevice like in the roof.
like a crack in the roof tiles. Yeah,
Oh, what?
Like
word?
a kraken?
partially due to all the smashing and the fighting.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Maggie just sighs deeply.
Okay.
Can I aim a firebolt into the crack in the roof?
Yep. You could also try to like figure out where it goes, or make the crack bigger, or it's something else.
Can I roll investigation to see where I think it might go, or like I don't know, an architectural intelligence check?
Yeah. Yeah. Roll
Like
it.
an architecture check?
Yeah.
That
Is
would
that
be invested.
Like an
Okay.
architect?
great? 26.
Roll for civil engineering.
Yeah, right. I was like, engineering's not a skill here, but basically.
You're pretty sure it leads down into the
Oh.
vestry area, which is the rooms behind the altar.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yeah, that's something that we should probably check. That we seriously should check that. That's
That's
I'm
great.
gonna pat Fontiev on the shoulder and be like, take us back down.
This is your captain speaking. We are making our approach back onto the landing pad. Please buckle up and do
Smack
not
him in
get
the
up.
butt.
And I bring us both back down.
Amazing. Are we still using our level 11 character sheets for this? I need to make sure, Charles. Because I have both open. I need to know if
You can use the new one. You can use the new one, yeah.
I mean, I just
Okay.
rolled lucky, so
I also
did lucky. So.
don't know how many
Yeah.
spell
I've
slots I
been
have.
using my like new
Well, we should
languages
definitely be
and-
wary of that.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So-
we
Anyway,
have
the worm trail. If you want to go, it would go over here.
Yeah, I think that we should probably go as a group at the very least, as a team.
Okay.
Um,
That's
you know what
great.
I
As a
am
team,
gonna
as
do?
a unit.
If I'm being told to go, what I'm going to do is I'm going to if I don't know if Maggie's told me about this potion as of yet. No, if not, that's fine.
We if we want to say that I was looking through it while you were
Yeah.
taking gemling parts out of my body, then yes, I would have told you.
Sure. Okay.
You asked me about it just a few hours ago.
Yeah. Not even like just a few moments, I think. Before we started picking gemling
This
pieces
game
out.
feels like hours.
I am going to give that potion to Shannon and say, this is for you. My team appreciates what you've done so far, and I'll be right back. And I'm gonna be like, okay, we gotta go. If I'm being
So
told.
you just hand it to her, and you turn around and leave, and she would probably just say, Dromik.
Yes.
She's gonna nose bonk you and say thank you.
Oh, nose bonks.
Aww.
I do like that weird toothy smile. That awkward smile, because I know that that's what that's supposed to be. It's a little less awkward. A
Yeah.
little smile.
I mean, some people have teeth. That's just how it works.
He's got just really sharp teeth. A lot of people have teeth. All people have teeth one time in their life, usually. I think. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going as a team, yes?
Conversation has gotten really confusing and weird.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to meet over
may
by
I ask-
Hephaestus or our Bahamut and Kriplomak? Go ahead. What were you going to
So,
say?
may I ask one question before we go further? The gods in here, are those just statues? Are the like avatars of the gods still present and able to speak?
After the initial speaking, they seem to have fallen silent, but they did sort of create new shiny statues of themselves out of various flavors of marble.
Okay. But if we tried to talk to them, like, does it seem like
we'd
we might?
certainly try a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause- Go on.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, before we get into potentially more combat, if Kiff walked into this room, like if everyone said we're gonna meet in this room, Kiff is going to look around and notice the statue of Kurtulmak and go, "Oh, big friend," because he was, originally he started off born enslaved by a dragon and then kicked out, and so then he was raised by wolves. He did not know there was a kobold god.
He's
So
like, that's the
he's
biggest
like,
cobalt I've ever seen.
he's completely bewildered by it.
So there's a bunch of kobolds over here, including Kiff's friend Tip, who looks very happy.
Hi,
to see him.
friend.
Tip says hi. She says, we were doing worship because we're free now. Now we can bow down, she says.
Kiff looks to the statue and looks back to Tip and goes, "Our kind have." I guess we're speaking in Draconic. Our kind, have a god.
A lot of the kobolds are talking about that. She says, "We're not sure. He appeared and said he was God, but we don't know. Many kobolds just worship Dragon God."
And Kiff,
And some of the baby kobolds are saying, "I'm going to grow up and be a dragon."
Kiff,
It seems like most of these kobolds want to worship the dragon god, but a few of them would like to worship the kobold god.
Kiff
Or they're
turns.
talking about it.
Kiff turns to Bahamut and then speaks to Tip and goes, "Well, I know. When I was young, I was told to praise him as well, but." And he looks back and forth between the two and goes, "If there is one like us, why worship one that caused us all so much pain?"
Tip says, "I'm not sure." One of the other kobolds says, "We need to worship Bahamut because that's if we are good kobolds, we will grow wings and then we get magic and we can breathe fire and we become a strong dragon. She says that's the best kobold destiny."
And Kiff goes, Did our god friend promise anything?"
He's staking his lots. He's like, which one's better now?
Okay, so that person's name is Paul. This one is going to be named Cole, the kobold. And Cole says, "Kurtulmak said we should be proud of kobolds. We should not worship, but we should make our own nation, kobold nation."
Kiff turns to Cole and goes, "Makes sense to me." And then he's going to turn to Bahamut again and go, "We live under dragons so long, and they promise wings, and they promise fire. And we take gold for them, and we hunt for them, and we do all things for them. And I don't know about you, but I've never seen one of us grow wings or breathe fire. Maybe they lie."
So all the kobolds are debating a lot. I'm going to summarize them. So there are some of them say, "Well, Bahamut's just look. He's obviously a bigger god, so it must mean he's a better god." And some of them say, "Look, he's so much more powerful." A lot of them say, I did used to know a kobold who had wings." And some of them say, I used to know a kobold who could spit fire." And one of them says, me and my 3 sisters hatched from a dragon egg. All the same egg. But the other ones are saying, "No, that's not true. We don't believe. We need to be strong kobolds. We're good people. We don't need magic. That kind of thing." So that's the situation of the debate. Tip herself is not really sure what to make of this, but she's listening to Kiff.
Yeah. Kiff is going to turn to Cole and go, "Well, magic, okay thing. I know very nice magic lady. Do very good things for us."
And they all say, yeah, Kiff magic. Kiff like dragon. Kiff has good magic.
Yeah, I was about to
But
say,
no.
Kiff does technically have wings and also uses magic.
Yeah, and a lot of people are pointing to Kiff's.
Oh my god, Kiff is
No.
gone.
No.
Kiff has,
Yeah, you technically do have wings, though they're like glider essentially. But
Kiff is going to
They don't need to know
look
that.
at the wings and go, "These?" And then he's going to take them off and just say, Dragon God don't grant these. Kiff make with Kiff's hunt,
And
and
they
then
kind
he's
of
gonna
gasp.
he's
and
gonna
they-
he's gonna take them off, and he's gonna hand them the pole and be like, "Here, you try." There we go.
Okay, so they're all gonna play with the wings.
Yeah. And so Kiff is basically, just to summarize, because I don't want to take too much time.
Yeah.
Kiff kind of agrees with Kurtlemock, and he's going to say stuff along the lines of, I mean, we've lived the same way for so long, and we always have gotten shat on, either by dragons or by skin folk, and, you know, they've enslaved us and made us do their bidding, and we haven't gotten much of anything out of it. And maybe we should listen to somebody who is like us, and maybe we should be our own people and forge our own path. And there's no reason that we can't live harmoniously amongst all the tall folk and the skin folk, but we probably should, you know, at the very least take a stand for ourselves.
Okay, so all the kobolds are very interested in what you're saying, and they all kind of nod, and that's interested. And Tip says, you know, maybe can I show you, can invite you home and show you my family tonight? I think they would like it. They would be very impressed with you.
Kiff says, yes, yes. He's going to turn back to the hallway and go, Kiff have friend Click and Bam. Can they come too? They're good friends.
She says, yeah, sure. She says, more kobolds always better.
Thank
And
you.
these two come running over, and they start to have all sorts of conversations with the other, slightly more civilized but downtrodden kobolds.
Okay. And then with if you know the rest of the party is coming in here, I take it one of them probably tells me to, you know, come on over. We have business to attend to.
Well, the
say,
door is actually right near you. We can take one of these doors. There's 2 doors.
So, yeah. Well,
Either way,
We can take either, but
when let's see, how about 1, 2, 3. Kiff is once, you know, Kiff is told by the party to, you know, come here, we need to do stuff. Kiff is gonna say, oh, friends need me now, but I don't know, think about it. And then Kiff will turn to Pole and say, Kiff need wings back now, sorry, but here. And then Kiff is going to hand each of these 10 kobolds 20 gold. And he's gonna say,
They all like go, wow.
he's gonna say like, maybe good kobold, right? I've been forging my own path, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Maybe it's something we should all think about. And
Tip says, yeah, I want to make my own restaurant.
Kiff goes, good eats.
And they all start talking about different ideas they have and about how life is going to be better. And they're all in a pretty good mood.
No, don't do it. You're giving yourself death red flags.
uh-oh.
oh no.
Yeah. So Kiff is, you know, he's gonna excuse himself. He'll tell Tip that he will meet her later. You will ask. You know, he already asked Pole for the wings back. Gave all of the kobolds here 20 gold, and yeah. And then he will rejoin the party, you know, in the time that wants to come over here.
Like as we're walking up, yeah. Do you want to meet, like, say
Yeah.
here? Ourselves there.
Sure.
I'd also say I noticed that there's a statue at least of Pelor, and I believe
Yes.
that is the god that we were told the Emperor was a fallen angel of. If I remember correctly, perhaps we may want to try to speak with him if there's some residual.
Oh yeah. We have Fontiev, I don't know where you are, but I've put everyone in the center. Oh, you're up above everyone.
Oh,
I got
sorry. I am I'm in the middle of modeling Derp Bird.
That's okay. Here, I got you.
Turn.
I'll move you.
For her.
I just didn't know where the heck. What is? Are you stuck in the door now? How did this happen? What? Oh God, was stuck in the door. He's fine.
Doors.
Door stuck.
I
Door
don't know
stuck.
how that happened.
I got him. I got him.
I'm just
His
working up to
broom.
the side right
He was
now.
going the wrong way with the broom.
Backing up, backing up, backing up.
So do we
So-
want to go straight into the vestry, or do we want to try seeing if we can
Do
talk
we
to
have a
Pillar first?
speak with? I think that the quicker we squish out those things, the better. Personally, even though we have taken a good
Yeah.
bit of time, I think that we should probably make sure that all of that is done, because praying might take a
Yeah.
little while. Like, say
Yeah.
10 minutes. I don't know.
Taylor's been
Right.
there for. Taylor's, been around for a long time. I
Yeah.
don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
That's fair.
I hope not.
They've all turned.
And they've all turned back into statues, anywho. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let us go to the
Okay, here's the earth, chilling.
vestry.
Cliff is
Try not to
as we
die.
walk, Cliff is
Alright,
going to talk to Maggie and be like, "Did you know there was Kobold God?"
I must confess, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to gods. It's not quite my area of expertise, but I suppose it can be a god for almost anything. All we know is that the emperor is certainly not the only god.
There
out there.
is a LizardFolk god, but I'm sure there was a kobold. I didn't know that you didn't know about it. I'm gonna just say that in Draconic.
Yeah, and Cliff is gonna speak back like, "Well, yeah, we've all been told to worship Bahamut before this because, well,
Hmm.
or at least most of us, because we never knew, we were never told."
Well, I know about Bahamut. I know he is a dragon god, but I had just assumed there was a god for every type of people, as there was for my people. I don't know.
And Cliff will
Dromik's
just
like,
go,
I don't know, I just assumed you knew.
"Well, if there was, then it's been a pretty well kept secret from my kind, at least."
Well, I'm glad you found out.
They'll keep all sorts of secret from the common folk in order to make sure that you follow their god. So I'm glad that you have found options.
Yes. So with that note, left door
Yeah.
or right door?
You know my answer to that question.
All the
Left door?
doors.
Always left.
When in doubt,
When in
always
doubt, go left. Okay, let's do it. Is everyone okay with left door?
Sure. Yeah.
Left door. Pink.
Unless
Okay,
we
so-
die, then I choose the right door.
Yeah.
I retroactively choose the right door.
I don't. Can I put it? I'm gonna just put.
Whoa.
Oh God. Everything is fine. I'm just gonna crowd everyone in there. Everything is
So
fine.
there's lots of like racks of robes and things that you can push past,
Okay.
and you could always search through them or put them on if you want to, I guess. You see a little worm slime trail going under this desk here,
Oh God. It's fine. I'm laying down.
and
Oh.
there's some stuff on the desk.
Shit.
Okay. So I accidentally had hit long rest on D&D Beyond because I
Yeah.
thought we were sleeping, but I know I had at least one first level spell slot. I'm just gonna cast Detect Magic.
That's a good call.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So there is a sealed letter on the desk, which does have a you have a passive investigation now, right?
No,
you-
'cause I took Linguist. I did not take
Okay.
Observant.
So you're
Okay,
very
right, 'cause
confident it's
observant is
some kind
passive.
of glyph of wording or something, but roll your investigation or arcana, whichever you prefer.
Okay. Let's roll it. That is dirty 20.
Okay, you're pretty sure that it's like some kind of triggered teleport trap for anyone who unseals the letter.
Oh.
It is a magical trap.
You said
Okay,
teleport
well-
trap?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it seem like there's a safe word?
Maggie would know about safe words.
Yes, and spells, you know.
Not with you don't know more. Like you figure there must be some way for the right person to open the letter, but according to your knowledge right now, it's not clear.
Okay. Well, I can't dispel it because I know for certain I had no 3rd level spell slots left.
I'll try to dispel it.
Ooh.
With my fist.
I mean,
No,
With my
no,
axe.
you can do a
No.
thing,
Step
right?
back.
my hammer.
Yeah, you can. It's not a fist. It's a hammer. Can't get. I'm knocking everyone over. Don't mind me.
Should we check under the desk first, just
That
before
actually
you,
may
you
be a
know,
good idea before you disturb
smash the
the.
whole thing?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
smash it. I'm just gonna place my hammer on it. I'm
Oh,
Oh, okay.
not. I'm not raging. So
Cool. Yeah,
I
why don't you
smash.
do that? Do you want me to do a little looky look? I will do a little looky loo for the worm. Since
sure.
yeah, take team. Oh, boy.
Okay, so Dromik squats down, looks under the desk, right?
Yes.
You see the worms. You see the tail end of last of what was a group of 5 worms, wiggling down an even tinier crack that goes under the ground.
I'd like to like grab it essentially, just like,
Okay,
pull
you
it
grab
out.
it.
And I'm gonna like toss it up.
It doesn't want to be grabbed. It's wildly wiggling around.
I'm gonna like probably like just move away from the desk so that Marvis can do his job. Throw it on the ground and then like chop it in half with Drake Fang. Just like just kill it. Kill it with
Do you
fire.
want me to try sending
Yeah,
a
you
burning
can-
hands like through the crack?
Yeah, that might be a good idea, but be careful about the.
Okay, I
Letter.
forgot to mention you see a faint purple light through the crack. A faint flickering of purple light.
Ooh, the
Do I
portal
sense
piece. Oh no,
magic?
maybe not.
Yeah, there's magic in there. Conjuration.
I destroyed the portal though.
No, that's true. It might be like an extra little bit. It might be one of those weird rooms to Zan?
It might
Zan-
be some sort of
something like that.
anomaly.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of magic that got seriously fucked up thanks to us.
Yeah.
There might be some unforeseen
It could also be like
consequences,
residual portal.
to quote the first chapter of Half-Life.
Yeah. There's also like there were so many portals opened. Who fucking knows? But yeah, maybe sending a burning hands down there just to like seal it up for at least a little bit.
Sure.
And maybe say like, we should check this out. Maybe we should check this out sooner rather than later. I don't know. Should we look down? There's a purple thing. It's probably in the basement, which is where the.
If
What
we
did-
think it's a portal, I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna reach like underneath.
You guys would be able to confidently guess that either it is the basement room or it's a room next to the other basement room that you know.
Right, that we haven't gone into, which, I mean, I trust that, oh yeah, there's a door in the under basement. Shit, we probably should have gone in. I didn't even see that door.
I don't even think we all went there. I think it was
No,
just
Marvis did.
It was just Marvis.
His job was to smash the portal, and that was his first job. And we can figure out this letter, and then our second job is to definitely go check out and make sure that there's not a secondary portal, because that would be really bad.
So yeah. So it sounds like do you want me to even bother doing the?
If it's gonna be a spell slot, I wouldn't.
It's a second level. I mean,
Nah,
all
yeah,
have
I
are second
wouldn't.
level
I
spell
wouldn't at
slots.
this point. Wait until we get
Okay.
down there, just because
They
I
already
did.
squeezed through.
Yeah, I know. It's. I think unless we
I
like
will.
sprint down there, I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
this letter and then we can do the thing.
All right. Why are
Okay.
these statues falling?
He's being
I
moved.
forgot to mention the old statue is magically crumpled.
Being moved. Oh, okay.
Okay. Cool.
Right, the emperor
So
step.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
step nice and safely back and let Marvis do his little hammer thing. Let him have his hammer time.
I'm going to place the hammer on the letter and just cast the spell.
Okay, so you're not raging anymore, I believe. So roll your athletics, and this will be just one roll to represent the
Okay.
best effort.
You got this. Uh-oh.
Oh,
It was-
Athletics.
Athletics, yeah.
Okay.
That is 12.
You know, it could have been worse. It's not great, but
There's a minor poof from the sealed letter, and it kind of twitches a little bit, and there's a few magic sparkles. It's not a big poof; it's a small poof.
Does Maggie detect that it has now been less? It's now less magic trapped, or I don't know how long detect magic lasts.
I think it's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Yay.
Yes.
So yes, it has not been. It has been untrapped.
It's been untrapped.
Okay.
Woo! Get to touching.
Let's open it.
Should we read it now or check downstairs where the purple light?
Yeah,
is coming from?
maybe it's a good idea
Let's-
to purple light it, or I don't know.
Let's like open it as we're walking that way.
Yeah.
Because maybe it has an important clue about what the thing is.
That's fair.
So
Is this a hallway
who's
all the way?
open it?
Is
Maggie.
this a hallway all the way through?
I'll open it.
Okay, is
Right.
that, you guys are all coming to this, right? You're gonna read the letter and go down the stairs, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That
do
is
I
the...
need to investigate for more traps before I open this letter?
No, because
Okay.
Oh,
all
it's
your
not
skills
magical.
and detections are
Just
telling
making
you.
sure. So yeah, I will read it, and then someone just like guide me as we're going to the downstairs.
Yeah, we'll
So
walk
as
it.
Maggie opens the letter, there's a sudden poof, and she's teleported in this direction, but not super far. But that seems to have been it.
So there
Okay.
was still magic on the letter?
It was like basically Marvis didn't roll
Something
as
like
well as he could have. Yeah.
But I still had detect magic.
So basically, you didn't
Well-
get poofed far away where you could die. You just got poofed somewhere close.
It wasn't enough magic to be detected.
It,
was,
it
yeah,
wasn't
you just
like
moved
fully dispelled.
beyond the wall.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's like after
Yeah.
effects.
Okay.
Faint
Like-
trace of wild man.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so I just exhale through my teeth and then
You're conveniently in
Look.
front of the statue of Palor God of Light.
just gonna look over and be like, we're gonna have to talk later. And I'm gonna look at this note.
I'm gonna look around. Is she talking to me?
No, I don't think we can hear her. We're beyond a wall.
No.
But
She's
she's
It's gonna be like, hello,
yeah.
over here.
Hello.
If you can hear
Marco.
me.
Yeah, Marco. Is
Hello.
this very quickly, is this hallway all one thing? Is it just kind of a back hallway?
I think there's probably like a little bathroom here, just because.
Okay, okay. I didn't know if it was split, but like, can we walk through the whole thing or no?
You can walk through.
Oh, okay. So it's not like two separate rooms that we need to go check out, right?
Yeah, according to the
It's
oh,
okay
just
if
according
it
to the
is.
map, no.
But
I
don't
didn't
know.
put too many
Well,
details in it.
according to
'cause
the
there's
chart-
very
Yeah,
short,
no, that's
but-
totally fine.
Yeah,
was
so
just
there'd be
wondering.
like a bathroom. There's like another desk, and there's
Yeah.
more like
Yeah, I was just
priestly
wondering.
supplies like candles and robes
Okay.
and things. Extra
Okay, so-
prayer books.
That's fine. Are these prayer books of the Emperor?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna actually take one of them. It might be a good thing to know exactly what propaganda they're being fed.
And there's plenty of priestly robes if you need those.
Yeah, sure, I'll take a set of those. No one will ever believe me in them, but it might believe someone else.
Okay.
I can always
Surely Fontiev is the
pretend.
most holy among us.
I don't know if
Maybe
that's
Maybe in present
true.
company.
Cliff will take one human-sized robe, just cause.
Just cuz. Okay.
So does that paper say anything, or is it just like a fun teleportation?
Did you open the letter?
Or is it just a
Before
fun
you-
Is that how I
surprise?
was
Yeah.
teleported?
Okay, so it's a letter from Emperor Domus to High Templar Claudius. It's another letter. It seems like he hasn't read it yet.
Okay. All right.
I could read it out loud if you want. So he says,
Sure.
Oh,
I
don't
understand
know.
your request for the aid of Malachi, but he was been ensconced in the womb to prepare for his rebirth in glory. As his service to the beast is as yet unsurpassed versus ours, we should all to aspire to be as useful as he was. He must not be disturbed until the pupation is complete. I understand the former agents have been frustratingly competent in devising cures to the red agony. The beast has assigned the brew mother to devise new strains, and these will be distributed appropriately through a variety of vectors, giants, undead, aberrations, and so on, from her perch in Zan. You will aid her distribution. And that's pretty much all it says.
Interesting.
Ugh. The word brood mother just rubs me the wrong way.
Not
It's
brood
it's
mother.
Or no,
mother.
brew. Okay, I thought I heard a D at the end because I was like, ugh. But yeah, brew mother. BREW.
Well, we've gone full StarCraft now. There's no going back.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Listen, go ahead.
Is there the room that we were in before? Did that back area lead to the basement, or does everyone have to come back
There
out?
was
and go
a
through
crack in the
stairs?
floor that the worms went through.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could always like smash it to open it more if you wanted to damage the building further.
Well-
There are a whole bunch of people on top of the altar part, please.
Yeah.
They'll probably listen to us when we tell them like, don't
At
go
this
down
point.
there. Yeah, eat bad news.
You
Okay.
know what happened last time. Okay.
So somebody's going down the stairs.
I think we're going down as a crew. I think we're all meeting back
Yeah.
up with Maggie
Yeah.
and being like, okay, time to go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone to the doorway and I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
The first person who goes down the stairs sees the remaining 4 little worms doing something which looks almost like when a silkworm is spinning a web. They're kind of spinning a tiny.
No.
Are we gonna go? Or do you want us to put ourselves over here?
Sure.
Down the stairs was over
Yeah,
here.
it's literally right
It's
here.
like they're
Yeah.
trying to spin a tiny little new portal out of the debris.
Okay, so we're gonna
That
say
makes
no to
sense.
that,
Hard
yeah.
no, thank you. Absolutely,
Hard
smush
pass.
them.
I'd like to cast firebolt at them.
Start
Okay,
slinging
you
fire.
can basically shoot them like rats in a basket or something. So
Like fish in a barrel. Rats in a basket
Yeah.
also works.
Rats in a
There's
basket. That's a first.
little purple sparkles here, and the worms are dead.
Okay. I was like, do you want me to roll? But thank you.
So
You also see the same thing Marvis saw, which is that there's this big door with this carving on it, and this door number 12, and there's other 2 doors that are not labeled.
Kiff is going to approach the brass door and look up at it, and then turn back to the party and go, "Who are the weird skinny people?" Referencing the
Oh,
gift.
referencing the Gith. I don't know if I know who they are.
Oh wait.
I don't think I was. There's Gith on the carving. If you see
I
the red text, there's a big brass door.
Yeah.
Yes, but the Gith sage
And I'm gonna
has
copy
spiked iron. Yes. Before we discuss that, we should probably go check the doors. There are unlabeled brass doors. Uh-oh. Brass doors, are they the same kind of brass as the big brass door?
It's similar to the big one, except it's not labeled, and it's only mildly decorated with spirals and things.
Okay.
Just like the other one, it does not have a keyhole.
A slightly less threatening brass door. Go ahead.
I has a question.
Yes.
I remember there was a brass door that had some thing on it in deep speech. These brass doors here, now that I can understand deep speech, do they say anything that I can understand?
I don't think they have any deep speech right now.
That's fine. Okay. Figured I'd ask.
So basically, with the deep speech, you would know that that's primarily used by beholders, but it has some similarities to Mind Flayer language.
Yes.
But that's a different language.
I think we should probably clear those doors before worrying about the carvings. Kiff, I'm sorry.
Oh, one thing I should point out is that these unlabeled brass doors are similar to the ones that all appeared in the undercity tunnels to try to prevent people from
Oh, those doors that are like blocking
Yes.
blockade doors. Okay.
Yes. And without being too obvious, I will say that remind you that you did pick up a big fancy key from, I think it was Claudius.
Yes, I have
Dromik
it.
has the one.
Yes, I have it. I am going to take out the fancy key. Because,
Okay.
I mean, it's
Try
like
and
a
take
big...
that key.
Then just give it to Maggie and say, oh, I forgot I found this. Give it to her. Like this is
boy.
something that was on Claudius.
Yep.
It looks rather important.
Does it seem magical? Should
Hell
I-
yeah, it does. But
Other I
hold on.
will
Hold on.
identify it, I guess.
Hold on.
If we have time.
I think I'm looking for a table. I'm looking at my level 11 shit because I don't know how many spells I have. It's not a lot, but it is some.
Oh wait, I still have detect magic.
Huh. Oh yeah,
So
that is
I detect
true. Would
magic
it
from
still
this
be
thing.
up?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of magic?
It's definitely not the kind of magic that you are good at, but it's some kind of magic you use something. It seems
That
like a
is
whole
vague.
other style entirely.
Okay, so like way
On the
different.
key, it's a very light magic. It's almost like you might expect. It's just sort of like it's like an activation trigger spell. Let's put up this key.
Okay. If I identify it, I will lose my detect magic, but I'm thinking perhaps.
You know, I mean, I would keep the detect magic up only because why identify it if we're most likely just about to use it? Especially if the key is just a light, like, trigger magic, it's probably gonna unlock something.
That's what it wants you to think.
Fuck,
Or
I'll
it could make
open
you
the
die.
door. Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna make
it
us
could be that.
die.
I mean, like, at this point, I think that it might just be best for you to conserve your spell slots. I'm okay with touching the door with the key. I'm okay with that.
Well,
I'm-
identify, I would do it as a ritual.
Yeah, but I don't want you to lose that detect, because we might be going into more areas with more magics.
That's fair.
I think it would be, and
That's
I don't
fair.
have identify, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I just think that
Okay.
it would be. I'm happy to be. You know what I am gonna do?
Sure.
Make sure that.
Now you steps forward, then takes one step back.
Yes.
Well,
Hold on.
Dromik just said wait, or Sarah said
Yeah,
wait.
I did. Hold on. I'm gonna just stop for a minute. Just like put my hands on myself and cast guidance on myself, just in case.
Okay.
And then I will take the key. Just in case I
Okay.
need
Oh,
to
you're
roll
taking it?
an ability. Yeah, I'll touch the door.
Oh.
I'll do
Okay.
it.
So again, to be just I don't want to confuse people. It's not exactly brass, but it's something a metal similar to brass,
It's
but a lot stronger.
brass.
And the key seems to be made of the same material.
Okay, so it is matching materials. Okay.
Yes.
Um.
So we just
okay.
call it like BRR.
Brass.
It's brass.
You could just put a question mark at the end. Brass.
Yeah.
Potentially,
May
it's
I-
brass. What? What?
May I move these civilians?
Oh
so
yeah,
that they're
we
not-
probably
They're
told them
kind
to
of
like.
curious, but they're not. They're mostly paying attention to the stuff upstairs.
We told them to back
Or-
the hell
I
up.
think we tell them to go away.
Okay, they go away.
Fontiev
Unless they
and
wanna die.
Marvis, would you? Us.
Sure.
I pinged a couple times. I just didn't grab everyone because it was very hard to get
Maneuver
multiple.
everyone
Well,
over.
it's hard to like highlight multiple players without highlighting every wall there too. So I just didn't even try.
There's a lot on the table.
It was yeah. My computer's chugging, to say the least. Okay, so we said that they were coming out of potentially the left-hand side. Yes. That's what Maggie assumed.
The worms.
That's where the worms came from.
You can see they left a little slime trail, and it just
Oh.
comes down the wall from the crack, and I went over to here.
Yeah, when I move at all in Tabletop Simulator, it actually stalls my audio in Discord. If that's telling you how much.
Oof.
Yeah, big oof. So yeah, moving is hard.
When you approach this door thing, a keyhole appears in it,
Whoa!
as if by magic. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold up the key and go like, oh.
I have completely lost track of Fontiev.
He is somewhere over there.
It's
In
somewhere.
the back
Yeah.
room of the main.
Here
I'm
he
sure
is.
there's a backup Fontiev too.
Yes, I'm sure there's one. He's not ingrained in the table anymore, which is
Okay,
nice.
I'll
But-
move him. I found him
Thank
Okay,
you.
I was gonna say I don't know where he went.
We are here.
right there.
But
Do you want me to just move Yllaxis so that the
yeah,
figure
you
doesn't
can
get
keep her with
stuck
us.
somewhere?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So I will, looking back at the party, say, may I open the doors? Are you guys gonna stand all the way back there?
Kiff will scurry on up, and he'll say, "I'm here for you, friend." And he will like kind of get into a ready position in case he has to like grab
Yeah,
Dromik
God
by the
forbid.
tail and yank him back.
Oh, thanks,
Aw.
bud. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Key in the hole and do the
You
turn.
barely need to stick it in before the whole thing fades away, and you can again see what looks like relatively familiar, like the tunnels underneath the city.
Oh.
And there's like a little sign in Dwarfish that says the Stone Grinder Inn is that way.
Oh, I'm gonna turn back and say, it looks like these doors, they open up the walls that were blocking the tunnels. This could be of great use to us. I'm gonna turn around and look at the other door a little excitedly and be like, can I open the other one? So excited. I love it. Yeah,
Kiff is like as excited as Dromik. Just
yeah,
like,
it's very exciting.
yeah.
Magic is so
Open
fun.
door.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Okay, same concept on that side.
Wonderful. Okay. This will be as good as that is. Now, quick question. After we've killed the grubbos, do we see any more like purple ichor, or like is it bad times are over now? But are the worms gone?
I will say the worm trails and the worm blood is slowly fading away.
Okay. Cuz I
Is that like purple
to a non-threatening brown.
Okay.
Okay, and that purple light has dissipated. The thing
It
that's
it dissipated as soon as you squished the last worm.
okay.
Perfect.
Can I? Hold on. Within 30 feet, blocked by 1 foot of stone. Just for the heck of it, can I detect any more magic if I'm standing like in the middle-ish of the room?
Not except for the key and the door, which just have a little paired detection and coding.
Okay.
So I
Pretty
see
quiet.
the former portal platform. If Kiff approaches that, doesn't step on it, but kind of looks along the side or the top, is there any markings or engravings on it?
Like, yeah, I guess there's some. You probably wouldn't know the letters. They would be in a language somewhat similar to deep speech.
And Kiff will turn around and go, Maggie,
Mm-hmm.
you know those symbols?
Look at them.
So it's kind of hard to read because it was smashed. So roll your intelligence.
Oh yeah, it was smashed
Okay.
to little bitty bits.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, with
Right, to, like-
proficiency, because you know the language.
Okay.
Right, to like piece the letters back together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, but a really, really
Yeah.
hard one.
19.
It says you're pretty sure it says Zan transfer portal. Authorized beings only. Do not. What else would it say? It would say check for like I'm not sure of the right word, but like check for creatures in your bags, or check for unintended
Travelers.
Like stowaways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be like stowaways, basically. Like, make sure there's nothing attached to
And
you when you go through.
It also says
Live contraband.
humans must come prepared.
Yeah, we figured that one out because it's possible to breathe there. Vacuum of space.
When you were there, you couldn't breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're all like,
I
yes.
remember.
Because you cannot breathe at all in that atmosphere.
That's Sounds familiar.
Indeed.
In an unpleasant way.
Other than that, it's pretty quiet down here.
I gotta step away for like 2 or 3 minutes. If there is any danger, Kiff dives out of the way of it.
Kiff dies.
Kiff dives out of the way and
Dives.
into the line of fire for Fontiev. Oh, he
Dives.
shouldn't have.
By the way, Fontiev, how much HP do you have at this moment?
At the moment.
That's a good question.
Yes.
Have we healed yet?
No.
No.
Nope.
So at level
Okay.
11, I have 21, but at level 12, I have 20 on there.
At the moment, I have 95 HP.
Oh god, you're fine. You're going first.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, no, I don't know how much Marvis and Yllaxis both have, but Yllaxis is not here, so.
Yllaxis has 10.
Oh,
And I
okay,
think
yeah.
Think I
Marvis
have-
is pretty low too.
38.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think I'm the second highest at
Yeah, you are.
53 with the, like, I just added the 6.
I'm pretty sure Kiff is
So-
like 4 or 5.
Is this portal active?
No, that was the one you smashed. That's just the
Okay.
landing.
It's
Yeah.
multiple. The worms were trying to remake a little one, but they also got smashed.
They were trying to leave, but they
Yeah.
Okay.
no, but they did not get to leave, which is good for us.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep smashing all these things
He
into
tried to
very
leave,
tiny
but we
pieces.
made him
Oh,
stop.
the portal itself.
Just
Yeah.
can I just see if there's anything else that I
We
can
might need
read
clues.
before? I'm just gonna reach one hand out and be like, just one moment, please. I can
So
investigate.
what kind of information are you looking for?
I'm just looking for like things that I can read, like. Yes.
Okay, so you're able to figure out with your big brain that there's some kind of method of construction, maybe a certain encoding that tells this portal where to end up. But it's been very smashed, so you don't have all the information relating to it. So
Okay.
I could say, if you want, that it's like Maggie learned 10% of the Zen portal encoding formula.
Ooh. Yeah. That's useful.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then I
But
will
you're confident
withdraw
that-
my. Sorry,
You're
go on.
confident if you tried that now, it would take you somewhere horribly wrong. So
Yeah, I
Maybe.
know. I don't want to do that. If there is nothing else here worth reading or deciphering, I will withdraw my hand and just give a brief nod and say to Marvis, "Proceed," and allow him to further smash it to bits.
okay.
Nice. Big smash. So, well, now the good thing is with this key, we can open the doors that are blocking certain pathways. And, I mean, if we really need to, we could potentially find the last, or, well, not the last portal, but we could potentially find portals that are hidden behind some of these brass doors. And around Carthen and go and smash at least a few of them. Just so Carthen is fully cleansed. Would that be worth our time? Not right now, of course, but would that be worth our time? I think it would.
That is something definitely to consider for tomorrow.
Yes. It
Perhaps.
is a job for tomorrow. We are not in any condition to do it currently, but
If I was you guys, I think you'd probably be feeling tired. I mean, you are super
very,
tired, so you're-
very
you don't
No,
tired.
have to
I
be
think
tired,
we're
but you
like
Oh no, yeah.
we're just short of mechanically exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'm just Dromik is suggesting this as a potential if we know that there isn't a ton to do at this very moment, if other people have things handled, it might be good for us to make 100% sure, or at least higher percentage sure, that nothing is going to burst through portals again, because as strong as the people are that we saved, they needed us to save them. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. And they have a pretty intricate system of tunnels underneath of the city, and we have seen that multiple tunnels have been blocked by these styles of doors. Who knows what's behind them, but for sure it seems like they were being used for either travel purposes or like authorized access purposes, so we could also find clues and things behind them.
Should we investigate just in these two like entryways that we've opened up by using the key on the doors to
I
make
just
sure
opened
there's
both
nothing
doors.
You already
hidden-
did.
Yeah, they're
No,
chilling.
to make sure there's nothing like immediately hidden, you know, because we didn't like walk into the hallway.
Oh yeah, you can
is
walk
what I
in.
mean. Okay.
Yeah, if you
Just
would like
gonna-
to do that, just
gonna
do a little look-see, and I can
peek.
do that on the other side too.
Yeah, I'll just peek through, see if there's anything like that
Looking
was
specifically
you
for
know.
purple light.
Roll
I'm doing.
perception.
Both of us or just Meg?
Whoever's doing the looking.
I will do some looking.
One on each side. So
Oh boy, I apologize for the audio. If it starts cutting out, I have to move. Wow, I have a passive perception.
Oof.
I got
Oh,
a 1,
yeah,
but I have a
wait.
passive perception of 19, so...
Passive is 10.
Yeah. I rolled
10 doesn't know anything. The 19.
Oh gosh. Okay, you can start talking again.
You will probably hear some whispering. The 19 was Dromik, so Dromik will probably hear some whispering in the cardinal direction of where the basement of the Hospital of Hope was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's pretty.
Yeah, we didn't look at the
Yeah,
hospital yet.
that's another big highlighty mark for me. Okay, well, at least we know we can come through here to get to potentially an underground entrance into the Hospital of Hope. So we don't have to walk up top. You know what I mean? Like, they won't be able to see us coming.
Yes.
Potentially.
And for now, we barricade the doors.
I was about to say yes. We should just barricade this main door here.
Well, no, the
or just,
hospital doors up top.
Oh, up top. We're not near the oh yes, the Hospital of Hope is right next door, right?
It is.
Yeah.
You
It's the
one may
big-
even say it is part of the church.
I guess it is.
You
Okay.
It is. Yeah, it's connected.
you specifically went through it,
Oh well,
I think.
Well,
Yeah,
you got teleported.
I got
in there, and
teleported
then
into it.
She
bursted
went
out of there.
or
Yeah.
he went through a wall.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
led to it.
That
or
yes,
from
that.
it.
You saw a whole one room.
Yes. I do remember this. Okay,
Yes.
well, regardless. Oh yeah, I got teleported and I went through a hallway. Or no, I only went through one room. I flamed some boys though. But anyway, yeah, okay, that's good to know. I'm going to for sure like at least close this door and just be like, we should wait to go through here. There is talking down the way. I say we warn at least the people who are going to be keeping this area safe for tonight. Warn everyone that there could potentially be more dangers underneath of the city.
That's a good
or-
question because I don't know,
you know,
who you think is going to keep this area safe.
I don't know who this area. I don't either. This
Yeah.
is not my
As
job.
soon as you want to talk to some NPCs, just let me know.
I just think that we should at least just like have a small crew just like on the lookout. Like, we have some guards left. I think we have some other people that mayhaps could just, you know, be together, like, or at least like a quick person who can like pay attention to what's going on.
I would assume that there's at least a few faithful to each particular god here that would be happy to tend to the church,
Yeah.
at the very least overnight. Especially if we take some proactive measures to kind of seal up any potential bad stuff.
Yeah, I think that directing them to for now close off this area as well as the Hospital of Hope. I think that those
If you
are the
guys
two.
just glance behind you, you can see there's a bunch of dwarves, a bunch of kobolds, and a bunch of humans. People
Like
talking
people.
to Mercy over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can at the very least request Mercy do that. Yes? Does that sound okay with everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Mercy's kind of in her element here.
Yes.
So, and it looks like she's tending to the ill and wounded.
Right, if she
So-
wants if this is going to be somewhere that she is going to consider her main base, that's great. Especially cuz she's a big boy now. Yeah. I think that might be our best bet. Oh, sorry, the It's gonna go wonky while I zoom out. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, we can ask Mercy to divvy up some, maybe have some people help her. What are we gonna do with the people who are currently with the red agony? We should probably get them away from other
Would you
people.
like to go see what they're talking about with Mercy?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. That should be our last thing, or at least one of the last things we do here. I'm not super good at charming people, so if the rest of the party would like to come with, that would be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. So we're gonna go do that.
Okay. So basically, a lot of people want to worship Mercy. Mercy is but kind of flattered by it. Some people are saying Mercy for president, Mercy for governor, Mercy for queen, or Mercy for empress. She's so nice. And she kind of goes and says,
Mercy
well,
for treasurer.
That's awfully flattering. And the people who are suffering the plague are just begging for mercy. They say, please heal me. And she is able to heal some of them, but she says, I'm sorry. I only have so much power per day, especially as I'm not sure which god I'm supposed to serve. And then some people say, you can be our god, Mercy. We can call you Domina. And she says, well, I don't know. That's awfully flattering. And so they keep talking in this way.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know how you potentially want to do this, Maggie, but I'm kind of leaving this to you. I just think that we should have Mercy at least start delegating and maybe getting some of our Red Agony folks to a place that is a little safer for them and for everyone else.
Yeah. Do we know of anywhere in the city that is like relatively secure in the sense that it wasn't completely, destroyed during all the raiding and kind of rallying people up, and it has reasonable defenses? Like, I know we went through the governor's mansion. I don't know how. I don't want to put these people in the hospital.
That building took some significant damage.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like,
so the secret place in the Stone Grinder Inn, I think, is probably still safe. We have our hideout at like the Dwarven Heritage kind of building, but
Yeah.
that's out of town.
it's a little far. I'm not sure how I feel about taking them all the way out of the city and then like to that kind of
A lot of the outer buildings here didn't seem to see much damage. I mean, maybe quarantine
did.
out there.
You guys smashed up this one pretty good. There's like all kinds of cold winter drafts coming in, but the other ones didn't take a lot of damage.
Yeah. Let's see.
Mercy is you can hear her starting to say, "Well, why don't you just rest in the hospital? I'll take care of you in the morning as soon as I've had some time to rest and meditate upon my true destiny."
Mercy, just hold that thought for a moment. I think if I may, can I just kind of wave her over to us to have like
yeah,
a
she's so
private.
large and sparkly that everybody kind of watches as she comes over to you and then follows.
We just need like a private word. Just let's.
Okay, so she says private word with Miss Maggie, everyone, and her friends, and so she goes over here.
Okay, great, thanks. So Mercy, I know we discussed or it's come up before that the hospital had some pretty bad things going on in there. The experiments. I think since you're so strong now and so holy,
She
that
says, "Yes, I think my presence could purify such a place."
perhaps, and if you would, be willing to guard it and make sure that nothing escapes tonight and tomorrow, we can all have a look and purify the place.
Kiff will
that
just
would
kind of
be-
butt in and go, friends still think Mean Boy's inside.
Yes, what Kiff said.
Mercy nods and says, "Okay."
Yes,
I
you are
understand.
very.
I will do it. I will do it. And she announces, she says, I will be guarding the hall of holiness here tonight, and
Oh my
anyone
God.
who wishes to guard
A
may
hall
join
of
as well.
justice.
She shouts that to everyone.
Okay, well. Anyway, Mercy, before you, I'm not done yet. Come back. Mercy.
Okay, she turns around.
You have a very bad habit of wandering off. Has anyone told you that? Please come back.
She says, but there's so much pain in this world, so many things to be done, so much healing that it needs.
Indeed, but you will just tire yourself out if you try to do everything at once tonight. It is very important to know, to set priorities. And so for tonight, we'd like to ask you to guard the hospital. Maybe not invite everyone, though some allies could be useful. And just remember that self preservation, you are very important to these people. If something happens to you and you're not around to help them in the future, they will be worse for it. Okay?
She nods. She says, I've been able to cure a few of the citizens, but the disease does seem to have a way of spreading. She says, I
Yes.
think I could take care of it, but just me by myself, I'm not sure. I can certainly cure at least about 5 or 10 people each day, she says, and I've done so here. She says, I'm
Sure.
thinking what I would like to do is put each of these suffering citizens in a separate room so that they can't spread their germs. She says, is that okay? Would you mind?
I think we're going to have to be. I'm back, by the way. I think we're going to have to be careful in the
Welcome
Hospital
back.
of Hope. I don't know if you've told her this.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, she
as
knows
I
that.
know that's
okay, it might be best to keep the sick in one room and maybe the cured in another, if possible, for now until we can come back tomorrow and make sure that the hospital is safe.
So
But I don't know.
my inclination is maybe not even bring them into the hospital if like the church warehouse, if it has
Yeah,
rooms that we can
That's
set
That's what
people
I'm
up, it's
thinking. Like,
close,
put
it's
anything else other than
yeah,
the Hospital of Hope.
yeah.
right.
It sounds
It's
like this
close enough.
Council of Fathers might be what's the word for where like a priest stays, like priest's quarters on like a church?
Vicarage.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
what?
it might be something like that.
Yeah.
And
The
maybe the sick people might at least be comfortable in there.
so maybe the only issue is it has the staircase that leads underground.
Oh, the council
So,
thought. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mercy will tell you. She says there's beds in the monks' bunks, there's beds in the Council of Fathers, and there's hospital beds in the hospital, and yeah, and a couple of these other buildings. We can
have
probably use
the
the warehouse as well. There's like bed rolls in there.
yeah. Have the monks' bunks been like trashed, or is this building still fairly
She
stable?
We
sighs. She
ran
says
through
it got
it.
rather trashed when
Yeah.
the devils tore through it. She says that demon German, I don't like him much.
Yeah.
He thinks he's smarter than those devils. I'm not sure.
Nor do we.
But
He's
she says
definitely
angels
not.
are always smarter than devils. She says very proudly.
What'd she say?
She says angels are always smarter than devils. There are a lot of bunks in there, but they have a bunch of them have been wrecked. But there are a bunch.
Yeah, I think we want somewhere that we can kind of properly quarantine and section them off. My
Kiff,
concern with the Council of Fathers is that staircase that leads underground.
Yeah, well,
Kiff,
it leads to that reliquary area that was very, very trashed.
Yeah.
Yes.
by humans.
Kiff will have his idea face, and he will propose. He'll look into the monk's bunks and kind of come back and say, Kiff thinks some bed's still good. Why not Kiff and friends help move bunk to other building?
Okay.
Yep.
It needs to be somewhere that they can section off a little bit.
Can we look at the warehouse and see if it is possible to section off?
I think that might be our best bet if it doesn't have any staircase down, or like to make sure that there's no
So
extra.
here's something I propose. The sick obviously have to be quarantined, but why
Yes.
do the well need to stay here as well? Why can't the well go home?
We're not
Yeah, I
worried
think
about the
they should
well. We're
go
worried
home.
about the sick.
Yeah.
So just to remind you, while you guys have been doing all this, most of the people like they listen to Norris's speech with the funeral pyre, and then they're all going back towards their homes.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. Yeah.
That's fine. I think.
But would you like to go to the warehouse?
You know what? Can we also ask Mercy to perhaps if there are people who decide to stay, did we tell her to barricade areas? That certain areas should probably be left untouched currently, and that is the Hospital of Hope and underneath of the altar. Really bad spot. Do not let anyone go down there. It's like, it's very important.
She can do that. She nods.
Great. Yep. So we can probably check out the church warehouse, and then if we want to check out the Council of Fathers, as well, or just pick one. I feel like
I
the one
think that the
has
warehouse
least-
is going to be better. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
let's
I think
start
one
with
that
the
has
warehouse.
The least number of exits to secure.
Yep. I agree.
Okay, so we go to the warehouse. It's pretty empty. Not too much going on. There's a few barrels and boxes and stuff, but not a whole lot. It has 2 floors. There are a lot of stored canvas and curtains you could use to divide up the sections into rooms if you wanted to do that, kind of like a convention center. And there's some extra bedrolls and stuff.
I think that's probably going to be our best bet for now.
Yeah.
So
Kiff will run over to any remaining kobold friends over by Kurtlemock and Bahamut, and he will say, "Hey, friends, we have." Well, actually, it'll be in Draconic, so he doesn't have to speak in Broken Common. We have a chance to, show all of these skin folk that, we can be, as helpful as anyone else, and we can do good things for people. You want to help me move some of these beds into the warehouse to help some of these sick people?
Yeah, they all agree.
Yeah.
They all agree.
And Kiff comes over to the party and goes, "Kiff, bring friends."
Be careful of getting too close to the people who are sick.
Well, we're just moving beds, so we're just, yeah. You just see, like, a dozen or so kobolds, like, picking up bunk beds and going, hip, 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 hip.
Yep. Bonk, 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 bonk.
I will help whoever with taking like the tarp and stuff to start
Yeah.
sectioning off things because
I can help that as I can help with that as well because I am also a sad boy weak pants.
Sad boy, weak pants. That's my favorite character.
Exactly. But yeah, I will help with that.
Okay, and then do you want like Mercy to take the sick people into the sections? Okay, so she'll do that. So they'll be all quarantined in there. And yeah, that'll be happening. Anything else?
So we'll tell Mercy and whichever allies she trusts to essentially secure and lock down the hospital so nothing gets in or out. Make sure that people stay quarantined at the church warehouse and make sure no one goes under the altar. Just kind of patrolling these areas.
Okay. She says, "It will do." She says, I've been in the fight a lot. I've used all my spells and powers, but I should be able to just patrol and read.
You are also quite the imposing presence. You don't necessarily look. You don't look easy to come to blows with.
Yes, sometimes persuading or intimidating can be just as good as direct combat.
And make things easier for yourself. Put heavy things in front of doors.
Okay. So she agrees to that. Some of the people have agreed to help and serve. Some of the people are really like they want to worship Mercy, which she finds quite flattering. And some of them are just want to they're excited by the whole God stuff and they want to help out.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So as this is happening, a bunch of the dwarves come out and they say, "Hey, do you guys want to come stay in Fort Burnout tonight?" And as you say that, the governor's wife also comes up and says, "Hey, would you like to stay in the governor's mansion tonight? It'll be a great place to discuss the reformation of the government."
Oh,
We're so popular.
and we are. Holy crap!
And Dean Wickerman says, now that the city is safe, I would be honored if you would stay in the School of Wizardry.
Of course, you would.
Yeah.
That's probably the only one we're all gonna say thanks,
No.
but no thanks
No
for now.
thanks.
For now. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, we will need to discuss things with the dean, and we will need to get ourselves together to set up the school. But I think that the
We'll
first thing
reconvene
first
in
is
the
the
morning.
government. Yeah.
And Kira, who looks very, very injured and exhausted, and
Yeah.
King Cyril, who looks totally cynical and like thousand-eyed stare, says, we're going to rest in an elven town in the northeast part of town, Elven Inn. He says, you're welcome to join us if you like. We've got a lot of planning to do, he says. He says, by the way, if Yllaxis is around, I must thank her again for restoring my life.
If
Are
if
you
you
sure
do
you
need,
don't
oh,
want
go
to
ahead. Go ahead.
stay with us in case we stay somewhere else?
The other elves kind of look at him, and he seems emotionally upset, and he just kind of closes his eyes and shakes his head with a little bit of a tremor. He says, where are you guys going to be staying? Do you have a plan yet?
We're deciding that now.
He says,
So,
yeah.
Kiff
He says,
will,
these people here told me that a lot of the elves were taken by some sort of fiend, and it seems like there's something very bad is afoot here.
Could I potentially, because I don't know everything that happened, could I potentially insight, Cyril? Just to see, like, what the heck's going on with his poor little sad boy? Ooh, that's way enough. 28? No, 27. Adding things
So
is hard.
you know that Yllaxis did bring him back to life after he got killed during the fight. That is emotional for him. It was even emotional for Marvis to put up with that.
Right,
But
I'm sure.
on top of that, it seems as though he's seen some sort of horrible revelation, and he wants time to think about it.
Okay.
And to kind of brood on it, as elves sometimes do.
Elves.
So Kiff has had his soul sucked, all in the span of one day. Kiff has had his soul sucked.
You're
Has
also
died
a level 11 character.
probably a total of 5 times. And just yesterday went to a parallel dimension where he couldn't breathe and almost suffocated to death.
A hell plane.
If Kiff looks into Cyril's eyes, does Kiff understand the pain he's going through?
Kiff does. Were you there when Yllaxis was reviving him? I'm not sure if anyone else was.
No, I think
so. Yllaxis had to choose between Chef Johnson and King Cyril. They were both outside, dead.
Right. Yes.
Yllaxis went over to King Cyril, and Kiff was mourning over Chef Johnson. So Kiff did see it.
But okay, well, he was dead around the corner.
Yeah, I don't think you actually watched what happened, but like I'm sure you're aware that like this takes a toll on a person.
So he says, Kiff has not actually. Kiff has been knocked out a lot. I don't know if it's because of a die, but you would probably understand that it's similar to that, but actually even a little bit more. Because I don't know if you know his story, but his story is that his whole world was destroyed by this evil force, and it almost looks like he's thinking along the same lines. Not along destroying the world, but along the lines of like, what can I even do about it?
If I remember correctly, I think that happened pretty soon after we stopped fighting, so I think we were still telepathically bonded when Yllaxis revived King Cyril. Like, I think she ran over to him basically immediately. And that spell lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way.
Because I also know out of character.
What you would know through the telepathic bond is that both Yllaxis and the king, as he was revived, saw something and they looked at it and they talked to it, but you didn't see what it was. It's a different kind of magic.
Kiff has seen him before.
I think what he's saying is like only they could have. Well, but if we were seeing like through Yllaxis' eyes, mind, would we have caught a glimpse of it? Because Most
No,
of them
because
seen a
there's
black
there are more forces in the universe more powerful than Maggie. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
and it's I from my understanding, it's not like telepathic bond is like being in a security room with a bunch of cameras. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just a
I've been very
sense.
generous with telepathy.
Yeah, it's more of just a sense of things than
It's supposed to be just like a radio.
Communicate. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome how generous you've been about it. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Anyway, Kiff Kiff is gonna look into King Cyril's eyes, and Kiff is going to turn to Maggie. Maggie isn't present right now, but Kiff is just gonna say, "Sometimes friends just need to go home." And Kiff is gonna turn to King Cyril and say, "You fight good. You fight dragon with best friend. You're a
He
good
nods.
man."
He says, "I might not be as heroic as you, my friend." He says, "I
And Kiff
jokes."
says,
He says, "Maybe I'm getting old." He says, and he has some white hair. He still looks like a young person, but it's hard to tell how old he is since none of you guys are elves.
Kiff says,
He says, "Yeah,
"If
go ahead."
friend must rest, then friend rest.
He says,
You
"Forgive
know
me,
where
but
you know where to find him."
introversion is my weakness."
If you do need us, why don't you wait until we decide on where we're going for the night, and that way, if you do need to send a messenger, you'll know where to find us. Is this okay?
It is okay, he says, although he's like he wants to say something, but he doesn't know what to say. He says, "I saw a vision of doom." And the Yllaxis was there, and he says, "I think Yllaxis saw it too." And I don't know if it's just targeted towards elves. I've already heard a lot of elves being lost in the city, so I kind of want to be with my countrymen. I hope that's not racist.
No. I'm telling him he can go. He should go be with his people, but that way he knows if he needs to find us in an emergency tonight, he'll know where we are. I think that
Okay,
it's
sure, yeah, we
yes.
can wait, sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
have all good faith and trust in you guys. I'm just having an emotional moment right now.
of course. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to convince him to come with us. I'm saying like he should absolutely do what is best for his mental health, but just so that we can communicate quickly if need be, because I know that he was kind of doomed. You got a little doom vision.
Yeah.
So, anywho, Kiff is going to begin to start speaking a sentence, and he's going to stop and then think a minute. And this is purely for flavor. Kiff is going to turn to Yllaxis and ask her in Draconic if she can translate for him. And I would assume that she would probably say yes. And so, in perfectly good common, Kiff is going to say, "We've had many invitations today to many places. However, the governor's mansion has been damaged and compromised. What was what was the other place? The wizard school has been damaged and compromised. The only place
The professors say, well, something a couple wall of stone spells can't fix.
Cliff will turn and say, "Cliff know about bug problem," and then, and then through translation, Cliff will say, "At the very least, we know." The dwarven stronghold is large enough to fit everyone and invite everyone. Is relatively safe.
All the dwarves say, "Dwarven construction is the best. Dwarves save the city." Yeah. They're all acting very cocky and smug right now.
And then Cliff turns to them and says, "And Cliff needs big feast for friend."
Tyson comes up to him and says, "Oh yeah, there's going to be a feast, and Maggie's invited." And he winks at Maggie.
And a single tear drips down Cliff's face.
You have said
I
that
have
you need to
promised.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this if everyone else is. I'm happy to stay with the dwarves. They have very interesting creatures that I did like studying. I happened to fall asleep, but they were mesmerizing. Talking about the sheep.
Thank you for clarifying.
Just hope everyone remembers that. But yeah,
Okay, that
that's
sounds like it's a party decision to me.
Is everyone okay with staying with the dwarven people?
At the
Uh,
stronghold or the pub in
the
the city?
stronghold, I
The
thought.
stronghold.
I thought, but we could also invite people to stay, like the governor and his wife, to potentially talk with them, especially because they are like really important people, and like God forbid they get targeted by someone. I don't know. I'm okay with whatever. Where would you prefer to stay? Is what I'm asking.
Trying to think. I think everywhere that we've been has been damaged at this point.
Yeah,
like,
literally every spot has been
including the
damaged at least
stronghold.
slightly.
Yeah.
But it just depends on
At the
who
very
you want
least,
to
the
talk with.
stronghold is on like outside of town.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the only reason why I say, like, you know, if we are gonna have a big feast with people, it might be. Are we doing that tonight? We probably should. So, like, at least you have a day to.
Lord
Well-
Lord V says tomorrow there's going to be all kinds of festivities and meetings and all kinds of discussions. He says we'll
Yeah.
get you ready. You know, you
Yeah.
can always trust a dwarf fortress
Yeah.
to keep you
I
safe.
mean,
Yeah,
At
the
this point, it's
feast.
probably like 1 in the morning. So
The feast is one thing, but one thing Kiff has to do tonight, and he will leave the party and do it on his own if he has to, is he's gonna go bury Chef Johnson.
Yeah.
He's gonna go find him a nice big hill. So
Okay.
That's
Do
totally
you guys
fine.
mind if we take a break?
No, I think it is a perfect time for a break, and I think we can go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I am
I almost
just
hit the wrong
still
button. Holy crap!
trying to figure out how to things and do.
I
how
l-
the things and do.
I literally nearly hit stop streaming. So, and then I stopped myself. I went, "That's the wrong button," and then I didn't hit it, so it's fine.
well, good.
Oh hey, we're all conveniently right here.
Indeed.
Well, I first
All
want
but
to know
Marvis.
before you go.
Oh no, Marvis.
Lord V is very very
Yes.
pleased that you're going to go with him. He
Yes.
says, "Do you guys figure out a way to get through all those barriers underground?"
Yes.
Because we really prefer to go underground. I mean, maybe just because of our race or whatever, but we'd prefer that.
Yes, we have, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get. Like underground sounds scary
Lord,
currently. We're very, very worried.
I understand that you prefer to go underground, but we have encountered many, many things. If you remember, that is how we lost our good friend Duncan. So I think perhaps before we start unlocking doors that are, underneath the city, perhaps for now we just traverse above ground. And then we look at these underground passages tomorrow when we're all a little refreshed.
Okay, sounds like that decision. They look a little disappointed, but they say, "All right, well, okay." And you go. There's
Kiff
not
needs
snowing,
to-
but it is quite cold outside.
Kiff needs to bury friend, and actually, we can do that in about a minute while I go get my tea. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so does anybody else want to do anything before they go over to this place to try to get some sleep? I think Kiff wanted to maybe do some kobold stuff. I'm not sure. Anything?
Well, Kiff wanted to bury Chef Johnson. I can't talk.
Crap, I keep muting myself. Yes, the only thing he wanted to do was bury Chef Johnson, and I think that was just like a nighttime thing. Kobolds, I think he just was talking for flavors.
Okay, so Shan would find Dromik, and she would say, "I feel better." She says, "Let's make egg."
Oh, holy crap!
Well,
Nice.
Dromik's about to have a more exciting night than the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna invite her with us to come to the little palace, or not palace, the
Egg
little
Princess
underground
who?
egg princess.
Invites Tip too.
What?
Kiff invites Tip too.
Oh, Kiff's inviting Tip. Oh my goodness, the lizard folk
All right.
are got some lizard ladies.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
So with that, I think that you guys can just basically go here. I'm trying to find my map, but yeah, I think you guys can basically just
Pretty
go
much
here.
just we can go there.
Okay,
That would be
I am
great.
back.
So you can be officially here.
Nice.
And if you want to go right to bed, you can totally do that.
Wait, is there a Marvis there with that group? Is there a Marvis with that group, or is this the Marvis with that
There
group?
should be.
There he is. I got him. I was just wondering if you had grabbed the group that was in the other area, or if you made a new group.
Did Kiff
I have
specifically
some
want to bring other kobolds or just this one kobold?
Well, I mean, Click and Bam are my buds. They always come
They
along
seem
with.
to have a lot of fun, like meeting all the other ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they are their own kobolds. If they're looking to stay in town and hang out, I'm not going to stop them. But they've just been hanging with me. They know where this place is, so if they show up, they show up. But if they're schmoozing, they are schmoozing. But I know Tip invited me to her home, but we have this business to attend to, so I figured I'd invite her here.
She would hesitate, but then agree with
Indeed.
a smile.
Yes.
And Tyson the dwarf is extremely pleased that Maggie decided to come to the dwarf town. He says, "Yeah, I knew you weren't into that weird, greasy old wizard guy."
Oh right, I forgot.
And
I
he just
forgot
kind of keeps like
you have your
giggling,
buddy too.
nudging Maggie. Yeah.
I'm just gonna look down at him with a sweet, kind of simpering smile and just say, I'm very tired after everything that I've done today and yesterday. You understand, right? And I'll just pat him on the arm.
She's saying, tonight I would
The
like to do some real sleeping.
The short answer is she will destroy you.
He says, "Well, I get that." He says, "Well, if there's going to be like a all-night drinking party over here in the Traders Market, if you guys are interested, come anytime."
Enjoy.
Okay, so they're all a lot of them are going to be like drinking and throwing up and singing songs and stuff over here.
I like how throwing up came second.
Yeah.
Before singing songs.
Well, generally it does come second.
Yeah.
First comes
That's the
drinking. That's the order. Yes. So yes,
So you guys can go to bed or do anything between yourselves that you want to do.
Yeah, I think at this point, if we have decided to discuss politics in the morning, I think that. So here's the thing: do we want to discuss politics now, or do we want to just like let things happen until Yllaxis comes back so that we can all have a say in it? I mean, I don't care either way.
I think tonight is a night to relax and celebrate.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, no,
business
that's
has been
I'm talking
attended
about
to. Yeah.
for later. I think that's a good idea to let tonight be kind of a relaxation time. Yes.
And they have nice cold dwarven baths over here too.
Glad they're so cold. I hate that. I'm cold-blooded. Why would I ever want that? I'm like, yes.
Cold-blooded.
Good for them. Though I am going to like just kind of. Oh, Stanley! I forgot about Stanley.
He comes running up to Dromik and tries to tackle him.
My little man. I will let him like embrace me. I'll be like, yes, hello, Stanley. I'm glad you're okay. He's a little.
He makes like a purring sound.
Yes. I'm gonna do like a little examination to see that he's been fed and kept well. Like his feathers look nice and soft, or shiny, and like he looks like he's been well fed.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. If Lord V is there, I would definitely say something, or if a dwarf around.
Lord V has run off to like the
perfectly
drinking
fine.
games.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna like say to one of the various dwarves around, just like, I appreciate you taking care of Stanley.
They say, "Oh, there's no problem. He's a fun little dude."
Yeah, I like that he is here. I don't know. I'm gonna introduce Shan to Stanley, and that's what I'm doing currently. Other people can do their thing, and I'll do mine in a little while.
Canonically, did Chef Johnson get buried, or were we waiting on that?
We were waiting on that for you, but if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah. So, probably like on the way here, we found a nice big, tall hill overlooking the night sky, and you see the moon. And so, Kiff will go down on all fours and use his little claws and dig out a trench surprisingly quickly. He's been pretty good at digging trenches since he lived in the woods all of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And he places Chef Johnson down in there and puts it back up, and he whispers into the grave like, when I look to the moon, I will look to you to guide me. And then he looks up at the moon and goes, oh.
What
Okay,
a good little burial.
He's going to sprinkle a little bit of the saffron that
Oh, yeah.
Chef Johnson gave him on top of the grave.
That's expensive.
And he's going to say, the rest is for tonight.
You feel a sense of peace.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if other people want to do other things specifically. I am quite literally, I'm gonna do like a little toury tour where I want to show Shan around the barracks itself. I want to show her the animals. I want to show her the mushrooms and not touch any because the mushrooms are still growing. I would like to
Yeah,
check
most
in
of
on
them
that.
got by the fight, but there's a few that are growing.
Okay, good.
She's pretty impressed with the mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms are very impressive. Just look at them. They're like 2 inches tall. Mushrooms don't grow very high.
Kiff is probably doing the same exact thing with Tip, except a little more scampery and a little more enthusiastically.
You're like
He's like,
sprinting between areas, yes, whereas
Yeah,
I'm
it's like,
walking
and this
nicely.
is the master smith, and he made these wings, helped me make these wings, and we talked about it for a really long time, and I drew a picture, and this guy, he helped me with it. Yeah, like back and forth, just.
Right, exactly. We're giving a tour.
And then after that, Kiff is heading to the kitchen area to help anyone who's making food, and he will do twofold. He will, one, wherever it could potentially be needed, start sprinkling in a little saffron, and two, for various deep fried items, he will be casting prestidigitation to give the batter of them the flavor profile of the deep fried eyeballs.
Okay. Wow.
I love that.
Amazing.
That's a
That's some
spicy eyeball.
Yeah, spicy, tasty, delicious fried things.
And
You
Kiff
made me
is
realize I actually forgot to make a dining hall here. There needs to be a dining hall.
indeed.
We'll put it over in the corner.
Yeah, there's probably like
Yeah.
a big master kitchen area.
Next-
Per
Next
perfect.
to the
Yeah.
bar area. Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
And Kiff is just explaining a tip like, you see, well, my friend with the shiny metal, the Yllaxis, she drank a potion and she yelled at a bad angel, and they went to a place and there was these little balls they were holding eyeballs, and they fought, and
She says
just,
balls holding balls?
and Cliff looks like totally deadpan, like, yes.
I would literally love to hear this entire campaign as summarized by Kiff. Well, you see, like, his explanation is probably incredible.
Well, you see.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's lots of singing and dancing and roistering over here in this general area.
So we should probably go in that general area. I would probably, after giving a tour, find where people are.
Oh yeah, Cliff and Tip are over yonder.
Is anyone else doing anything that they would like to do before we meet in the raucous room?
I think I'm probably going to not join the raucous room. I'm gonna find like a somewhat adjacent room, and I'm gonna spend some time copying a new spell into my book, because it seems like we're not gonna have as much downtime tomorrow as I hoped.
No, that's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Take your time to.
Yes.
So it seems like it'll be mostly maintenance, but
Yeah, I figured I would just get this out of the way.
yeah, you're doing the
Sweet.
thing where you're sitting in the vicinity but not as close to everyone.
Yeah. I
No
like,
beer
you
getting
know,
spilled on the book.
might come in once in a while and grab some ale or something, some wine if there is, and just
Oh
drink.
my
whilst
god, I
I'm
need all the
eating.
beer for knowledge.
Hey, listen. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is there
So,
anyone
yeah.
else?
Sounds like it's resting time.
I think
No,
so.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to ask, probably if Gromlin is getting plastered, I'm going to ask very specifically, like, I need a place for a nest. Is there a private spot in which
Wait,
they're
Who has
What
egg?
are you asking?
the what's his name? Vesuvius. Gremlin's dead.
Never mind. No, Gremlin's alive.
Gremlin's
right?
alive. I'm sorry.
You're thinking of Duncan.
I'm thinking of Duncan, but yes, yeah.
Duncan's gone.
Duncan's.
Okay, so you're gonna talk to Lord V because you think he's kind of in charge here, right?
I assume he's somewhat in charge here. Yes.
He's definitely the richest of these dwarves, and he's the one who kind of sponsored this whole project. So
Yeah, I'm assuming he has an idea
So
of
he
where
is
this
drunk
area
at
is.
the point. He says, "What do you mean, Ness?" He says, "We're dwarves. We live civilized in style." And Brady says, "Yeah."
I understand you live in your ways, but us lizard folk live in ours. I just kind of look at Shan and look back at him and be like, "Need a place for a nest." That's all I need to say. Like I
Want to
don't
make
know how to describe
Want to
this.
make egg?
He kind of squints. He says, "Like I don't really know how you guys work. I mean, we got you the guest suite. You know, is that a nest? I don't know." He says, "I don't know what you mean by that." Like he
This
says, like, "You
is-
want to live here forever?"
If you find Maggie, you
No,
should
just
recommend the garden.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, but I also the Starlight Garden is also like has people in it,
Kick him
and
out.
like as
You're a
much as
hero.
So to be fair, these people would be at the bar right now.
oh,
They would
okay.
not be.
I mean, like if it's one of those things where I can make that a private area to like do a little nesting, yeah, I would
Just,
absolutely do
uh,
that.
You know,
like
post up
barricade the
a couple
doors,
of
yeah.
elementals at the
Yeah.
entrances.
Actually, that's probably how it would go. I would put like a gargoyle just hanging out there.
I mean,
I think there's
as long
only
as
one
you need
entrance
to
if I'm not mistaken.
concentrate on it.
Oh yeah, that's I have Warcaster. It's fine. I have advantage on it. But yeah, that. Amazing. No, but I will probably also leave like a little note on the door like, don't come in here. Leave us alone. The lizards.
Please tell me that you passed Maggie on your way there.
I'm sure we can make that happen.
Okay. I'm gonna look up and give you a little wink.
Whoa.
Maggie knows what's going on. We talked.
Yeah, we talked.
Dromik will do like a weird little nod, like he doesn't understand. Like he's like, yes, this is normal for lizards.
Okay.
Yes. So I think that's at least most of my activity for the night. I think
Okay.
we'll like do a little
So,
nesting and
I think that's it for everyone's activity, right?
yeah. Does Fontiev or Marvis have anything they would like to do?
Nope.
Not really.
Nothing in particular? Okay. Totally fine. I think that's just long rest time.
Yes.
Yeah,
How much
Griffin- I'm sorry. Kiff and Shan, after all of their festivities and whatnot, they will move into Kiff's little nest in the room, and they'll just sleep curled up like little kobolds.
Perfect.
How much activity time do we have?
Activity time.
Yeah, I
In
want to know
terms
how
of
much.
like long rest downtime, I think.
You
Like,
mean until something dramatic happens.
No. I mean, like, because I need a certain number of hours in order to like finish the spell,
For
and so
spellbook stuff.
that doesn't count as downtime.
I think if I were Maggie, I would kind of want a whole day to like study and just organize all of your thoughts.
I
It's,
would still start tonight.
you're probably gonna need to like sleep and then wake up and then do that the next day.
Do I have to do it all in one sitting?
No, you can work on it.
Yeah, you
Like,
can make it a little
you're not gonna
project.
be like I don't want to like you're
We're not gonna be
free to
accosted
do it
instantly.
anytime soon. So yeah.
Right. Like we can say that we can take say a day. We're not in immediate danger with nothing is going to immediately fall to pieces.
Yeah,
But there are
that-
some
Good
things.
authority that the Imperial people are not going to do any attacks within 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
that's them. We
Yeah.
have other enemies.
Right. Maggie's like,
so-
listen, I know other people.
Yeah. Essentially, what I have, like, because I know that working on copying the spell would not count as downtime. So would that be like 2 hours and then still have enough time for a long rest and not be super behind everyone else?
I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. I think, but you're going to make a little progress now and then probably have more time the next day.
Yeah, I mean, I think tomorrow we don't have anything particularly pressing to do other than, like, check up on Mercy and like
Yeah,
maybe...
there's going to be a political meeting, but all those people need to get ready for it
Yeah,
too. So
that's
right. Yeah.
That's fine. If I have 2 hours, I can copy a full spell because it's an illusion
yeah.
spell. So I would just like to take care
Yeah,
of
go
that
for it.
tonight, and then I can learn another spell tomorrow that will take more
Ooh,
time.
what spell
because
you
it's not an
learning?
illusion spell.
Heck yeah.
Mental prison.
Yeah, very cool. Mental prison, hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Might not get to use it because it's a high level, but I would just.
Hey, you
now
know
I
it's
know
good
it,
to
and
have.
I don't need to take the time later. I can learn other spells
Exactly.
tomorrow. Okay, so yes, I am committing to that.
Okay, so now we're officially long rested, and you guys can wake up out of bed anytime you like.
And we're officially level 12, correct, at this point? I can
Yep,
close my
officially.
level 11 character sheet.
Woo.
That I'm asking. And close. Hooray! That's exciting. Awesome. Yeah.
At some point, Lady Kraja leaves a note on the table.
Oh, nice. I would probably end up like going in the morning-ish when I get up, going into like the general room here. But just to like see everyone, sure we're all good.
Okay.
I will.
A lot of like passed out dwarves everywhere.
Oh, what am I thinking? I would have Stanley hang out. Actually, he can hang out here, but like, he knows no one's allowed to come in. That's Stanley's job, is to just make sure.
He can guard.
Yeah, I mean, I want him to have fun too. I want him to have a good little life. But if he knows that someone's going over there, he can be like, hoo hoo.
Wah wah, hoo hoo, wah wah.
Wow. That. But I would probably just be like, Stanley, do a guard.
Do a guard roll.
Do a guard roll. But yeah.
Also, I think I may have fixed the model.
Yay.
I don't know how to import it into it. Someone wants to take a crack at that to see if it actually works, or if there's something I have to do.
I will do that in a moment.
Matt can send you stuff about it.
Okay, so just to kind of summarize things so you guys can plan. The note on the table says,
yeah.
Lady Kraja says she got word from the governor that they're gonna have the reformation of the government meeting at 4 p.m.
Okay.
At the Hall of the Gods. So
perfect.
And you guys can wake up at 9 a.m. if you want, so you got plenty of time.
Right, we have a full day. Okay, wonderful. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, I think we did kind of say that first things first would be the movie time, right?
Yeah.
The mover time.
Movie time.
Movie time. It's the holocron. I would probably come in the morning. Though I would let Shan know where I was going. Like, listen, as much as I want to stay here, I need to make sure that like everything is safe here, especially now. Like, now it is time for me to like guard my keep. This is now my spot. So I'm gonna make sure with my party that everything is okay. Yes? Though I do hope to someday bring you back to my village. That would be interesting. Be nice for everyone. Yes.
She does tend to stick close to you unless you want to tell her to do it.
Well, at this point, we have a little nest, and I don't know if there's eggs yet, but there probably will be soon.
At some point, that like the dwarf druid and his apprentices come back, and he's like, "Whoa, what's going on in here?"
I'm just gonna let them know.
They're all kind of hungover.
Make egg.
Yeah.
Make egg.
No, I will. I mean, I'm like, I'll talk to them, and I'll be like, I appreciate you not disturbing mine and Shan's nest.
Nest. This is like my druid meditation room. It's not really I don't know, like a lizard factory.
I understand this. I am a druid myself.
No offense.
New game from Square Enix, Lizard Factory.
Lizard Factory. None taken. But if possible, I'm trying to find a safe place for Shan and I and the egg. So I would appreciate it if we could.
You want like to buy a house? I mean, it's like I'm sure there's real estate in town. You could look into that. I mean,
I'm sure there is, but at this point we have been saving the city, so I would appreciate if you do not touch this. I have instructed Stanley to make sure no one harms my eggs.
So
I'm not.
He looks a little put upon.
I'm gonna tell him like this is not a permanent thing. This is temporary. Shen and I can do our best. I wouldn't have put it in the center of this little garden. I probably would have found like a little side spot. Probably would be like hanging out like over here. A little cozy little side spot. But it would also potentially be burrowed under the ground because I know me. I was a desert lizard. It would have like a little burrow piece, you know, since it was like a little garden. It would probably just be like a hole in the ground. It wouldn't be like a sitting out nest. That's what I would assume.
He looks all put and says, "Okay, I mean, like, we're happy to help you find, a place to stay. And I mean, you guys have been a great help, but I mean, you did design this as a place for dwarves to think about their relationship with the earth. So
I do
don't
understand
know if
this, but
exactly is going to be your house.
I think Dromik's thinking about relationships.
Just saying. The earth was not what I was thinking about last night, but amazing. But yeah, no, I will say I appreciate this. I do not intend this to be a permanent place, but for now, I do need to make sure myself that there is a safe and warm spot for, where the eggs, because that's number one thing.
We'll put up some signs. We are very indebted, of course, to your help.
I appreciate it. Like I said, as soon as those little puppers hatch, we're finding a spot. But if there is a better room that is warmer or perhaps a little more burrowable, I would be happy. Yeah, like here's the thing, this is the skylight garden. There's probably a good bit of sun that comes in the morning, which is like exactly what Dromik would think is perfect. But
it's what eggs crave.
It's what eggs crave. Yeah, it's probably just a little burrow here. I'll mark it in. I should have.
Okay. So is Maggie gonna? Maggie wants to do the movie time, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Popcorn, get your popcorn.
So, sorry. Another quick question. Some of these spells. What level is delayed blast fireball?
That is level 7, I believe. But the thing about a holocron is that it goes directly into your mind, so you don't need to work to study it. It just kind of happens.
Right. But if it's not for a level that we can cast yet, essentially it'll just be in our brains if we have the capability, and then once we are able to cast spells at that level, we automatically have it.
If it's appropriate for the class, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just YouTube buffering in your brain.
Yeah, it's brain. It's something that we've learned, but we don't have slots for. So learned is one thing, but cast is another thing.
Well, yeah. All right, yeah, so movie time, I guess. Gather round, children. It's time for a movie. Did everyone have a nice night?
Dromik will definitely announce. I think I would ask Shan to just make sure that everything's all good here for now, and I would like Stanley to kind of hang out with her, if possible.
Sure.
Like I'm gonna give Stanley a little pat on the head and be like, Stanley, these are going to be our people. Be kind to them and to her. A little pat on the head. Is be a good boy, Stanley.
Okay.
And I'll tell Shen that I will be back momentarily. I'm not going too far. And okay. I'll let her know before we leave the compound. Yeah. So now I do a little thing. I'm going to come in the room and say I don't know if officially it would be egg this moment, but there will be eggs.
Okay.
I mean, if you have a burrow, I would assume that egg has been laid.
Most likely, but I'm just announcing it to people there's eggs. This is me being celebratory. It's what I'm saying. This is Dromik being celebratory.
Kiff goes, oh yay, Dromik daddy now.
Not yet, but very soon, yes.
How nostalgic.
Gotta start learning them jokes. Oh, right, yeah, Maggie.
Gotta start learning them dad jokes.
Yeah, Maggie, you've raised young, correct? I may need pointers.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Kiff will turn to Dromik, and he will say, "Have you considered names?"
Dromik didn't even think about that.
Dun dun dun.
Dromik will say, no. I will have to think about this. Give me by the end of today, and I will have at least a few.
Okay.
Yeah, it's movie time? Question mark? I'm assuming. I know Elena said she'd be right back, but
Kiff will give a long suggestion of various kobold names that he has heard in his past, in his lifetime.
if you wanna send those to me on Discord, just private chat, that's totally fine.
Well, I'm gonna rattle some off. He says, "You see, Kiff has knew a gus, a nuss, and a gat, and a sid, and a rag, and an owl, and an ukto, and a topi, and a sax, and a tix, and a zem, and a dokal, and an igno, and a six, and a duck, and an elpu." He's just gonna keep going on with all the.
Dromik's eyes are just kind of wide, like, oh my gosh, there's too many names. Too many names.
Or you can give them all the names, and you can name them after me.
Kiff is trying to give me names for babies, children.
But they're kobold names, so
Yeah, they're all
totally
kobold
not
names.
like
No,
on
they're
point, if you will.
close. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Matt just copied and pasted like 10 names. Thank you.
Very funny.
Perhaps you can name them after me, like Fontiev Silvertod. 4 hours later, it's the 77th.
Perhaps I will use one of those many, many names. It's uncommon for lizard folk to have more than one name.
All right, so movie time.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Gather round. Let's see if we can get this to work. Hopefully it doesn't fry any brains or eyeballs.
So you start the movie, right? You hit the button and the hologram to start it.
Yep.
So it apparently appears to be some kind of beholder opera entirely in deep speech, in which all the characters except some servants and slaves are some kind of beholder. And nobody can understand it except Maggie. And it's very long, and there's a lot of singing.
Oh no.
I forgot. No. Anyway, never mind. I was thinking about trying to. I know telepathic bond is only supposed to be radio.
Yeah.
That means I could translate in my head.
You could be like, this is wonderful.
Dubbing as we're going, but I forgot to do that. So.
Out of character, I think all those spells are wizard spells anyway, so it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
It's more funny if the rest of us just have no idea what's going on.
Dromik's just going to say, right, yeah, Maggie's like, oh, this is wonderful, and Dromik just goes, this is bad.
Also, it's deep speech, so it's probably just like...
Yeah, it's probably horrific.
Fontiev just leans over to Kiff like, this is supposed to be entertaining, right?
Kiff turns to Fontiev and says, "These sounds like Kiff make after curry. Not talk."
And I'm just gonna say, why are they all balls? Why? I don't think we've seen a beholder yet. I'm just like, what is this?
And I go, see, balls holding balls.
You've seen these before.
It all makes sense now.
Yllaxis told me.
As you're watching it, a few of these start to appear, and they look very confused.
What?
Like appear?
What? Wait, where are we?
Like actually appear, or like?
They actually appear, yeah.
Oh no, that's not good. You speak deep speech. Speak to the balls, please.
They kind of like tap with their feelers.
Yeah,
so
in deep speech.
You notice this mostly after the movie has ended and the credits have.
Fontiev has several concerns about this.
Hello. We were just watching the delightful opera, and you appear to be here. Please do not approach too closely. I have a bit of a condition.
Kiff will tug at the bottom of Maggie's dress and hold up the fried eyeball.
The god says, "Oh, excuse me. Can you tell me who I am?" He says this in common.
Oh.
Your
says, I
name
didn't
is
exist,
Steve.
and then all of a sudden I was here.
Can you repeat that?
The guy says, excuse me. He says, isn't common. He says, can you tell me who I am? He says, I didn't exist, and then all of a sudden I was here. This one is meanwhile trying to looks very frightened and is trying to slip away this direction.
Oh no.
We can help you if good creature, if you would kindly come back.
Farewell.
Hello, you
Yeah,
with the healer.
Hey,
It
Fontiev
will
is just
run.
gonna
Hey.
preemptively named them Steve and Bob.
Perfect.
Oh,
It's
dear.
incredible.
Oh dear. Well.
Bob, come back, Bob.
You
Kiff
wanna
will turn to
mix with Steve?
Tip
Uh-huh.
and Maggie, and Kiff will say, Kiff, be back. And then
So
he's gonna run after, I guess Bob is the white one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
going
he's
with
gonna
right
say,
now.
friend, have snack. And he's gonna be holding out the eyeball.
you're going to be your speedy boots to run that way,
You're
right?
feeding him his own eyeballs.
No,
Oh,
they
oh.
were eating the fried eyeballs. in
Oh,
the
okay. They were
Colosseum.
eating them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good.
Also,
I'm sorry.
in the movie, we did see them feasting on eyeballs, so it
Right, I'm
seems
sorry, I'm
like
typing
at
a lot
this
of things.
point it would be okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine. You didn't understand what they were saying.
Bob seems very afraid. He says, no, get away, stay back, get away. I don't know. And he continues backing away down the stairs.
Kiff will just slowly approach him to the point where you can get just inside of him, and then he will take an eyeball and it'll be like, see, friend. And then he will place the eyeball down. He'll put it on, let's see here. He will take out his nice kobold pants and put them on the ground, so the fried eyeball does not get dirtied. And he will put the eyeball on the pants.
On the pants.
And then he will be like, Kiff no hurt. Kiff want make friend. And I'm just gonna step back.
What an appetizing dish. An eyeball on a pant leg. I can't. I can't.
That's good. So is Kiff just kind of waiting there?
Yeah. I don't know what I would try to roll to try to get him to, to consider me not a threat, but that's my
So
Charisma?
while that's happening, what are people saying to Steve? So Fontiev told him that his name was Steve, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna
Fontiev
run
is
with
now,
that. Just kind of.
That is now his name.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
That's called improvisation, yeah.
Steve,
says, of course I'm Steve. Well, thank you for reminding me. But I'm terribly important. I have terribly important, tremendous things to be doing here. Excuse me. I must enact my plans. And he begins.
What sort of plans would those be, if we may ask? Perhaps we can assist.
I have big dreams. You don't get. No one named Steve has small dreams.
No one named
Indeed,
Steve has
indeed.
small
Steve,
dreams.
the universe has never seen a Steve such as I.
But would you care to watch this delightful opera that we've just seen? I think you would really perhaps enjoy it.
Opera, you said? That sounds quite interesting.
You were a bit late. You came in just at the credits.
Well, I suppose that sounds rather interesting.
All right, perhaps
He looks a little unsure, but he does come back.
perhaps you might want to bring your friend Bob to watch with you. Bob seemed quite spooked. Very
Bob, he's a nincompoop, really a silly individual. Bob has no place among fine society.
How rude.
He says, I've known Bob all his life.
Wow, you're that close with
Wow.
Bob and you're that rude? Yeah, right, exactly. That's true, actually. It's fair. It's about 2 minutes.
Yes. Well.
Meanwhile, Bob is going to go slowly towards the pants.
Yep. Kiff is going to. He's just gonna sit down, like on the edge of the mushroom garden, like the little stone curb type thing, and he's just gonna motion to the eyeball. He's gonna see, Kiff friend.
Okay. One thing I forgot to mention is that from watching the opera, Maggie also learned the teleportation circle code for the town of, what was the town's name?
Oh,
Norzon.
shit. Norzon?
Yes.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
was thinking of learning that spell, so that would be cool.
It appears to be a
Norza-
city where beholders rule and everyone else is a slave. Just so you know.
Never. Well, good to know for sending other people there.
What about the teleportation
Sorry.
circles for like here and other places?
Well, we have not found any yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Wait,
to make
so-
one, you need a year. So
wait, Carthen and Codwake don't have teleportation circles at all then?
nope, never have.
Well, we don't
Son of a bitch.
technically know. Maybe the wizard school has something, but as far as we know, we haven't seen any.
Maybe that fiend pit in Codwick had one.
Yeah.
We really need to get on that airship
I-
because this is going to make traveling a lot harder.
Lord B comes in here with some of his friends. He
Wait.
says, "What the heck is? What is that?
Just
What?
wait. What? Wait, please. Thank
Just
you.
roll with it.
I've heard there's lizards making eggs in our garden, and there's
everyone's like, shut up about Bob. Leave him alone. Or no, I'm sorry.
Can you-
Shut up about
We
Steve.
appreciate you guys' help, but this is supposed to be like a dwarven, solitude place. And then Steve he says, "Quiet! I'm enjoying the show. Be quiet."
Oh,
Don't
wait.
anger
So
Steve.
And Steve
What I
says,
was
"Who dares
trying-
interrupt the grand Steve, ruler of all things."
what I was trying to say was before I restart the show on the holocron, I want to just double check it one more time and see if there was any coding in there about, something that hinted at creating other creatures. Like if I play it again, will there be more of them?
So because it was so strange, it didn't give you psychic damage, but it was really hard to follow. But you reflecting on it now, you realize that the life cycle of these creatures has to do with when other people are thinking or talking about them. That's kind of how they reproduce.
Okay, so no one else watched the movie.
Nope. We basically sat there and watched you babble for like, I guess, an hour.
Okay, so it seems like if Steve watches it by himself, he probably won't create a whole horde of little Steves.
You don't have enough experience with studying these people to really
Should I
understand.
just
Uh-oh.
get rid of him?
How?
You could bring the other one in. I learned banishment.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
When I
maybe if
leveled
we can no one watches the movie or thinks
that's
about
why
them.
I was
We can get
hoping
the other
that
boy
the
in time.
other one would come.
If you
here
want
and
to do that, I can keep working on the other one. I mean, I'm not going to help much, but I'm going to be like, Kiff, come help us.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
What do you think Kiff doing?
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
Kiff is far away right now.
I
So
know.
I'm gonna without taking a lot of things back, I'm gonna say you
Yeah.
just started replaying it for Steve. And
That's
he's
Yeah.
saying,
So
fine.
like before I restarted it, I would have looked at it a little bit and been like, I'm just rewinding it and being like, okay, is it gonna I'm examining it and then buying
Enhance.
time before restarting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Also, did I learn those 3 spells or 2?
Yes,
Because I already
that
know
could
one
just
of them.
be in your book.
Yay!
Nice.
Thanks. Although I already
Okay, so Steve is very eager to watch this, and he's really into it, and he thinks he's starting to feel very important.
Yeah.
Oh boy, get the other one here.
Okay,
Bob!
so back over here. Bob goes over here. He sees that he kind of fondles it with his feelers. He sees it's an eyeball. He just screams. He goes,
Oh no, he's scared of the eyeball.
and Bob is absolutely terrified, and he starts running away at
Oh,
top
no.
speed.
Where is he going?
He's
Oh.
just going down the stairs.
It might
Okay.
just be
If
someone to
we're
leave.
hearing that he's yelling, I'm just gonna kind of slip,
Oh,
a
God.
little to the side, and while Steve is nice and distracted, I just want to casually, I'm not standing in the holocron. His gaze seems quite fixed. I'm gonna try to cast banishment on him. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of, like a little stealthily, a little sleight of handy, just be like, banish.
Okay.
Punishment.
Yeah.
Banishment.
Everyone kept saying to take it, so I took it.
It's a good one. Good job. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I feel
Yep.
like Steve is going to be a lot more dangerous than Bob is.
Yep. So.
Okay. Okay, so he gets to roll.
Yep.
And he does not pass your save, so he's gone. Poof.
Okay, great. I'm gonna turn it off.
Quick, turn
Just
it
turn
off.
off the video. Like, oh god. Already had to use a spell. Oh wait, no, not 5th level. Oof, okay. Oh my god.
It's okay. Okay.
Well then. That was interesting.
It was definitely like an interesting experience. Like it was quite a show.
Indeed. Quite a show. Don't need to watch it again, I don't think. I'm just going to pack this up and perhaps keep it on my person, unless we need to have it in the purse of many pockets. I don't know that we do.
Yeah, I don't know. You can feel free to keep that on your person. It's probably a good idea, I think, at this point.
Listen.
Yeah. After I hear that blood-curdling scream, I'll probably go towards Kiff just to make sure he's not, like, getting exploded. I don't know what these circles do, but they are not.
Kiff will just turn to Dromik and just say, Bob no like good eats. Bob go that way. Is the point.
Just in Draconic, I'm just gonna say, what did you try to feed him?
The food that came from where we thought he came from.
The eyeballs?
Yes.
Oh. Well. Just gonna
Kiff is gonna walk over to the pants and he goes, well, he can suit himself. And he's just gonna pick him up and put him back in his pocket.
Fold his little pants up and put him back. Okay. I'm gonna go back into the room and just say, Maggie, I think Bob is gone.
Kiff will stroll in and he'll just be like, yeah, Bob gone.
It's not my problem anymore. There's only so many things I can keep track of. Well,
Oh, Steve is gone too.
My problem.
Steve is
I can't
gone
wait
too.
for like 8 months real time from now. We're somewhere and we just see a beholder just scream like, ah, just running in the background.
And you're like, oh yes, there he goes.
I hope that is like, it's somehow.
He did just run
He just
into
shows
the
up and like
Underdark.
barrels into the Lich King. Like
he did
flailing.
just show up, like I said, show up, and he just went towards the Underdark. So like,
yeah.
Good luck, Bob. You're gonna be scared of a lot more shit down there than you were up here. Poor
Maybe
Bob.
he'll feel at home.
I hope Bob doesn't crack under pressure. I don't know. Get really bad PTSD. Poor thing. He just started living.
Lord V says, we know there's that big meeting later, which I will, of course, be attending, but we also have a couple ideas. Actually, who was it? It was Marcia who had a couple ideas on what you guys could a couple of places you guys might want to check out in the course of your quest over the next few weeks.
I think that may be a good idea to consult with Marcia. She does seem to know quite a bit about what is going on now that we've helped her out as well. She might give us good information on what to do to stop this completely.
Yeah. And he says, we'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to go get ready. And he goes to get...
Okay.
See, this is like real downtime, guys. Like
yeah, wow. I'm like very... this is awesome.
What do we even do?
Yeah.
You could just hang out and watch movies.
We're not going to watch that movie anymore. We're not going to continue to spawn beholders.
Oh, man. No.
I can't.
Listen,
although,
if we're like really in
prove
trouble... Yeah.
To be useful.
Super useful at some point.
It is a tool that we will save.
Yeah.
It's a secret tool that we will save for later.
That's exactly
we have at this point, we have a bunch of like things that fall in the nuclear solution category.
We have a couple of those at this point. That one isn't technically as nuclear, and
it wasn't terrible.
And like, do we really want to? Yeah. Well, the whole thing is like, do we really want to give someone a beholder who has no idea what they're doing because they were just spawned into being, and like, they could be convinced to do stuff. I don't know if we should give that to an enemy, but it is a
Exactly.
good idea to do that maybe again at some point if we really need
I don't
to.
think Bob will be useful to anyone, so I don't
No.
You never know. Bob could grow into a very
Listen,
terrifying enemy.
maybe our final boss.
He's gonna be like, you're the one who fed me that eyeball or tried to feed me that eyeball. I don't know.
Yeah. So, well, no, it's just like also knowing that particular teleportation circle, like obviously we don't want to walk through it. But if someone were to create it and perhaps someone else were to be pushed through it, oh, I don't know, end up in another plane or something. It's just, just like a thought, just like a fun thought, an option we have.
Just a fun thought. Just a
Yeah.
fun thought.
Be like, oh no, it's
Yeah.
another,
Yeah.
Lich King, boom.
Amazing.
Okay. So, if we have time, I'm going to take some more time to learn another spell in my book. Between using the quill and using my shadow rod to create another me and periodically summoning some unseen servants, I think I can cut the time down to 3 hours needed total. I wrote a whole little chart. So I think I will do that if that is okay.
Yeah, of course. Take your time.
Okay.
I think
So I take 3 hours to learn another spell.
I think at this point I will probably start like asking around as to like where is a good place to be, like where's a good place to like to perhaps move my nest and or like my small baby children. I have no idea how long they take to hatch. I don't know how eggs work in lizard folks.
Kiff will turn to Dromik and he will say in Draconic, well, Tip knows the city. Perhaps she might know a place to get yourself a good place to nest.
That would be wonderful. If Tip has any pointers.
Yeah, so Tip would point to the especially very cheap kind of like ghetto areas of the city where there's a lot of slums where the poor lizard and oppressed lizard folk and kobolds have been living, and they have some underground nesting
zones, if you will.
Facilities.
Yes, nesting zones, if you will.
It's definitely nothing fancy, but Tip says, well, no, she says, Big Hero is really rich. Why don't you guys buy a big house, put eggs in really nice golden bed?
I don't know how rich that is, and I don't want to use everyone's money. I think that it would be best if I don't know how much a house costs either. I don't know how money works. Dromik is just finding out what debt is. Anyway.
Kiff is going to recommend to Dromik. He's going to say, like, well, if you make your nest amongst our people, then they will understand, our cultures.
Yes, I think that that will help greatly.
And then slinking out of the darkness, Tom Nooks just comes up, rubbing his hands. Boy, do I have a deal for you.
I mean, I think that it might be best to...
If the two of us are around, maybe it might help kind of bring our people up a bit.
I would like this. Yes. Make them a little more integrated into society. I'm saying this in Draconic, because I would not be saying that in Common. Yeah. I think that this is a good idea. Perhaps we, Kiff, perhaps you and I find a place where we could live that has multiple bedrooms and in a buddy system.
One might say, open concept.
Eggs.
3-bedroom.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, it might be best for us to have a place that we know is a good spot. Maybe that's our job today.
Yeah. Go shopping for a big nest.
There has to be. like there has to be a good school district. There needs to
Exactly.
be a grocery store like right down the street.
Yes.
I want it to be low maintenance with
It's
no
gonna
work.
be this is gonna be the pilot episode of Kiff and Dromik, the
Oh god,
new
the new
sketch comic
spin-off
book,
game.
the new sitcom on CBS.
Yes.
Coming this summer to CBS.
Yes.
He's small. He's big and has an egg. It's Kiff and Dromik.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Duh.
Thank you guys. Okay.
Okay, so Kip and
I appreciate the
we're gonna go
wiggle.
real
I do
estate
too.
shopping.
Yes,
I
we
think
are.
that is what we are doing today, correct? Real
So
estate.
that'll take a while. So
Kip
what
Dromik
is
and
Free
Tip.
real
Yeah.
estate. Yeah, Kiff, Dromik, and Tip,
Because-
and I'm gonna tell Shan before we leave that that's what I'm doing today. That is my job,
okay?
and
she
I'll let
wants
the
to
druids
guard
know
the-
too.
She wants to just rest
Yeah, that's her
Makes
job.
sense.
because eggs take a lot of energy. But
Yeah. Wait till
I
they're
know.
babies, huh?
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, no, absolutely. I'm gonna I want to make sure Shan knows what we're doing today.
It's, I don't know about you, but me personally, mechanically, Kiff doesn't have anything he has to do today.
Mechanically,
So-
I also do not have anything to do today. I am currently checking off 2 spells. I need to add 2 spells to my list because I don't have all my spells. I have almost all my spells because I didn't put any more known spells in. But that's all I'm doing right now. And
Yep.
that's
And,
mechanically it.
Maybe if we find them on the way, if we're going back into the city, we might see if we can find Click and Bam and see what antics they got up to.
Yeah, that's okay with me.
okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
what are other people aside from Kip and Dromik doing? Maggie's studying, right?
Yeah, I'm spending 3 hours to learn one spell specifically, and then
Okay.
I don't know how long
there.
their shopping is gonna take.
So is Maggie just in her room while that's happening?
I think I'm trying to see what rooms are here.
In your place.
I'd be sitting maybe in like Marsha's laboratory area because I assume that she's working there, and just keeping kind of an ear on other happenings in case there's anything important.
Okay, so Maggie's in there. So Marsha would say, whenever you have a moment, Maggie would like to talk with you.
Sure.
And okay, so since that Maggie's work also takes a while, what are Fontiev and Marvis doing?
Is there any books of interest in our in our stockpile that I might be able to learn from?
You have already studied most. I don't think you picked up any new books, particularly aside from the prayer book.
I mean, I have everything from the dimensional planar book, so
Mhm.
I have all that stuff. Just trying to figure out, is there any other interesting books that we have that I can read and learn shit from? Does anyone recall if there's anything interesting in the bag?
You can definitely go take a look. I'm currently looking at spells, so.
Relax. I'm just saying, does anybody recall anything that we might have in there?
There's a letter that we haven't looked at as of yet, but that's the only thing I can remember.
Letter.
Letter that was on the guy who I took the key from.
I think
I think you
Did we
already
read that?
we
Okay.
read it. It may not be in the pomp. I think it's in the role play chat.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank
You
you.
know what Fontiev could do, thinking
Mhm.
about it? We do have a whole bunch of machine diagrams. Maybe you can learn more about the operations of an airship.
Oh, good point.
yes.
I would like to study that thing because I would like to polish up my captain's hat, if you would.
Okay, yeah. So you can learn how they work and how they're supposed to fly. You still have the problem of needing a reliable power source, but you can definitely get proficiency in operating those.
Cool.
Where the crew goes and how to pilot them, how to steer, all that.
Yeah. Fontiev just starts looking at Kiff and starts scratching his beard.
Kiff is way gone with Dromik already.
Oh.
And
Okay.
probably-
In that case, Fontiev is trying to figure out a way to rig up a giant hamster wheel for Kiff to power the ship.
He looks for Kiff, and Kiff is not there.
on the way to town, Kiff is speaking with Tip and Dromik, and he's just talking about that silly dwarf. All he wants to do is fly. He's a big, heavy man. Just stay on the ground.
Okay,
I want to
is
fly.
Marvis doing anything?
Yeah, I would probably be try to look for some boots of haste, or if anybody has information on where I can acquire such things.
Okay, so you're
There's an
asking around.
artificer here, isn't there?
Sorry, what was that, Charles?
Yes, so I assume that Marvis just kind of asking around.
Yep.
You ask around, people will tell you that the late and then the relate Martel Vesuvius was actually on a quest to find the boots of haste, and he died in the process. And more specifically, you can talk to Lord V, who is his descendant, and he says, "Oh yeah, that he heard it on a diviner's confirmation that the boots of haste they do exist, and they were lost in the valley again up north. Whole lot of powerful stuff up there. He says it might be really good to get that stuff to fight out this emperor and his big old beast, if that is what we're going to be up against in a couple weeks." He says, I heard they have the boots of haste, the ring of regeneration, there's the Vorpal sword, all kinds of treasures up there. He says, Martel's adventure group, they went up there trying to get that. He says, most of them didn't make it out too well, but you guys, maybe you could have better luck.
Where is that again? The Valley of what?
It's called
north,
Valley
I
again.
think. Okay, I'm going to move all the maps to one side of the table, just for easier reference.
He says it's due north of the city over the mountains.
There we go.
Thank you.
Now they're all here.
It's supposed to be a cursed place. But I'm sure it's nothing you guys can't handle.
Do you know how far in the valley?
He says can't be more. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna walk or take those fancy owls you guys always take, but just to get over
on that note, Matt. I was gonna say on that note, Matt, get the owl working.
I can't import it if I'm not the host of the game.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We'll just dream of the owls.
We'll just dream of Derpy Owl.
Yeah.
You were saying, Charles, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm also just making some notes about this. So it's a valley again. It's a place due north of the city. It's supposed to be a cursed place. It's where Lord Vesuvius' great grandfather went to try to find some treasure. He said there was tons there, but most of his party went crazy and they died soon after. And he said nobody should go there. But he says he thinks you guys are a lot tougher and you could probably handle it.
Did your grandfather leave any other notes on this valley?
He says, well, I can check. I can certainly check. He said that it was just a day's walk north. I'll just give you some more information. Day's walk north. He says it felt like there was some kind of presence there. And it looks like there's like a castle from far away when you get to look over the mountains. But it wasn't clear if the castle was an illusion because it would sort of shift. He said it looked like there was a lot of like a really big castle, everything linked together. And he said there's a lot of underground tunnels and tons of treasure there. And he said he wasn't sure if there was a monsters or something, but that made the place very dangerous, and it was really hard to keep your mind straight when you were there.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry. I will come back momentarily.
So that's all he has to say about that. He said that Martel said no one should go back there.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
And then I just find a quiet spot to just train.
So also, Vesuvius would add. He said that that diamond heart you guys found. He says our smith Kaylee, she could install that in you if you want to increase your power level. Up to you.
That would be a question for my compatriots. That is something they found. I don't think I had part in finding that.
Okay. Okay. So soon after, you got everybody here. Everybody who's at the fort here's kind of a commotion in the trading depot.
Oh, trading depot?
Probably Maggie because she's close by, and anyone else is close by.
I'll just look up, close the book.
Boy, I'm not there.
And you hear someone say, Maggie? Well, I'm sure she's rather busy right now. I don't know if she got time to talk.
Who
And
is
you
that
hear
that was
someone say,
speaking?
please. What did you say, Maggie?
Do I recognize the voices that I hear talking?
It's a soft male elf voice that is responding to this gardener.
Kiff wouldn't know this guy, but
So
It's a little quieter than the gruff dwarf who's guarding the door there.
Yeah. So I have met Valentino. Would I recognize his voice?
From 2 rooms away when he's speaking quietly, probably not.
Okay.
But you do hear someone say, it sounds like someone's looking for Maggie.
Yeah. I'm gonna move a little closer just so I can continue. Oh boy. I'm like, once again, I can't figure out how to get to that room. But I'm going closer so I can listen before I make my presence fully known.
Where are you? Could you possibly ping for me?
Yeah. There's a lot happening. I think I can just walk through these doors, but there's also yellow line that I know it connects
the
to
yellow
another
line
room.
goes to another room. That goes downstairs.
yeah.
You can go right through. Should be able to.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna go in here. I think this table was burned, but basically I'm gonna be in this room, just kind of like listening through. I want to know.
You can tell it's Valentino's voice.
Okay.
And he's saying, well, it's quite an important message for Miss Maggie. Can you at least perhaps we could make a gift box and then you can take it to her later. And the nurse says, well, I don't know. Let me see your gifts first.
Gift box.
Okay. I will at this time. I guess I'll go through the door. And be like, I heard someone was asking for me. Ah, Valentino, so good to see
Maggie.
you again.
What a surprise! And he just kind of strides past this short little dwarf who just lets him. And he says, my queen Madara comes bearing. We come bearing gifts on behalf of Queen Madara to celebrate your conquest of this city. And an important message, he says, as these guys lay down 3 gift boxes in front of you.
Well, that is very kind of you.
They're all fruitcake.
Can you spell the name of their queen?
Yes. Just double check it. Madara.
Okay.
Of the city of Tethel.
Yes, I do remember you telling me about the city of Tethel. Truly, it has been on my list of places to visit. We've just been so tied up here, what with the deadlines and impending doom and destruction of the entire city. But it is so.
Oh yes, we're very pleased with all this impending doom you've been actually pushing back against on the surface. He said we've been hiding down there for just to get away from it all for many years. He says, looking at his friends who all nod.
Indeed. Now, what was this message that you had to bring to me?
Oh yes, he says the message is that Queen Madara says that she has taken ownership of your lover Nero, and she requests a duel for ownership of him. And if you win, then she will aid your conquest with a battalion from our people,
Oh, that's a pretty.
as
That's
well as
interesting.
material support.
Last I'd heard, it was Lady Niratel who had allegedly taken possession of him.
Well,
So
he
to
says
speak.
possession is a thing that sometimes changes, and the guy
So
kind
he's
of chuckle. They say ladies, you know.
being passed around between the. You said there are various queens down there.
Well, there's always a little bit of a debate about who exactly is the queen of queens.
Mm-hmm.
And your friend was quite popular, apparently.
Fascinating. And you come bearing gifts, apparently?
Yes, right here. He gestures to the 3 gift boxes. He says, "Do you mind if we sit down? It's been quite a walk."
Sure, why don't you open them before you sit down?
Oh, of course. Okay, so 3 gift boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is box of truffles, the fungus kind. Extra fancy.
Oh, truffles. Okay. I
Yeah.
heard like troubles and I was like, what?
Delicious trouble oil. Yes, I know that
What
oil.
is this box of
This
troubles? What are they
episode of the
trying to
Wednesday
do?
Nights brought to you by
Who is feeding us
Trouble Oil.
troubles?
When
Yeah.
you need trouble, you need oil right now.
There's a box of sugar-coated spiders. Extra crunchy.
Oh no, I wish they were. I'm not there, so. I just took just so everybody knows, I just took the spell giant insect. So if you see any insects, perhaps give them to me. No, I literally now need to carry bottles of insects on my person. So yeah, get ready for me to get real weird with insects. Get prepared.
I'm excited. Like,
Yeah, get mentally
you know
prepared
what?
for
Yeah,
that.
out of character, I'm excited. In character,
I'm sure you would be slightly
ambivalent.
concerned. All right.
You know, Maggie's dealing with bigger problems at this point.
Dromik knows what he's about. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a box of extremely expensive golden jewelry with diamonds.
Ooh.
You don't know how useful that is, sir.
Yeah.
Treasure trove.
Yep.
And there's a note that says your presence would be on.
And these gifts are.
These gifts are an appreciation of your arcane power that has led to the conquest of the city and its dominion under your will, as we have heard from our messengers.
They're trying to make you less mad about the duel. Is basically what I'm hearing too.
Yes, it is an interesting approach to bring me gifts and request a duel for ownership of a person.
He says it's not really.
Not really sure what your angle is.
Translation. It's not a very accurate translation. It's not really like you don't really own a person like you'd own a kobold. It's like that. It's different. And he looks to the other guys and they.
You're not helping your case. I'm just observing that this is an interesting approach.
It's more like he says, more like a question of honor. If that makes any sense. He says, my culture, we're very status oriented. It's really quite silly, really, but it's all about status, especially for women. We have what we might call a toxic female culture.
Yeah, they do have a serious matriarchy, I think.
Toxic femininity.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I love it. You do have a friend who lives in a matriarchal community as well, just saying. but not this kind of matriarchal community.
Yeah. So these gifts are supposed to entice me to take up this duel that your queen Madara at this point has declared herself after Lady Niratel, it seems. Am I to, oh, I don't know, continuously wait for duel requests from different women in your society, different matriarchs, I should say, until I finally get there?
He says, like, I can't really speak on their behalf. I mean, they couldn't come up here themselves. They tend to send people like me, well, us, to send their messages. But all I can tell you is what they said. If you care for your friend, he is kind of in a gilded cage, you could say, at the moment. But again, it is a society based on honor, and if you do impress them as you've impressed them with your deeds up here, I'm sure they will be quite willing to follow your banner.
I mean, not being here, I don't think that's a terrible decision. And we don't have anything to do for a couple weeks. It might be a good thing to start with.
This has already been on my list to do as soon as, because this is not the first lady.
Dromik's list has been checked.
Closing
We're
in
ready
on
to go.
me.
I think they're just talking.
Valentino says, clearly, the battle for this city was a bloody one, and we know you do intend to take down the human emperor. We are quite in good agreement on that he should be taken down, but you will need support, whether it's more power for yourself or just more people to go with you. So this is where you can get it.
I am well aware. It's more the fact of, impromptu having a duel over a companion, family member of mine to brought up. But tell me about these duels. Is this a martial duel?
He says, well, with your skills, it would be a magical duel. He says, the list of rules is quite long. He says, I do have a scroll here delineating these rules, which you could study if you were interested.
I think that would be quite useful. I will cast detect magic before I put hands on anything.
They kind of blink when you do it because they almost flinch a little bit, but they don't complain or anything.
If I notice
they're used to seeing people magically fuck with things in front of them.
Yeah. If I see a flinch, I'm gonna give a little smile. But so what do I detect?
That scroll is not cursed. I'll note.
What about the chest with the gifts? The chests with the things. I'm gonna write this.
The chests with the things.
Specifically the jewels. That's the one I'd be most interested in. But if I'm detecting at the same time.
You don't detect particular magic on those, except for. Yeah, you don't detect magic on those. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am remiss to ask you to do any sort of labor after you've come so far, but as you've noted, I am a rather weak woman when it comes to physical lifting. If you would be so kind as to bring these gifts to an adjoining room, I shall take the time to go through them and read these rules, and then perhaps you can find somewhere to stay. If
Yep. There are before you finish it, they're already picking up the box and say, "Where do you want it, ma'am?"
They can bring it to Marsha's study for now, I think.
Okay.
Or not her study, whatever room that was nearby and somewhat secure. Yeah, the little laboratory. I was like the alchematory. I was like, no, that's not a word. Yes. And if you would be so kind as to stick around for a little bit, perhaps after the discussions here are settled, you can guide us to the. I've heard the Underdark can be quite a tricky place.
Sure.
By the way, did you see
any? Get a drink around here?
Yes, the dwarves would be happy to
Literally
set
the
you
whole
up, I'm
place.
sure.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go over there.
Okay.
They're gonna park themselves at the bar. Meanwhile, Marcia goes to find Marvis. Is Marvis still with us?
Roldan, you there?
She said,
Mhm.
I heard a pop.
I'm sorry.
He's just rebooting.
Oh, you're eating. No, that's okay. Go for it.
Rebooting Windows.
Oh, you're rebooting, or you're.
Marvis, I'm not sure if Maggie cares about this, but there is something I really wish to suggest to your group. She says, according to my research, the Gnolls were once a great people who, unlike all the other people in the world, were able to fight the beast on its own terms. And they have many treasures that they could be used to defeat it. She says, we used to dwell in a great city far to the east, according to what I've read, across the desert. She said, I've heard rumors of very powerful artifacts that they have.
Probably to the east.
Yep, far to the east.
Like past Shalat. I'm not there, but
Like
Yes.
the place that we
Oh
haven't
yeah,
gone to.
because there's two deserts.
Yes, there's
There's
the
an
west
east desert and a west desert.
Yes.
Yes.
The west is where I am from.
Yeah, I just remember because there were like Knoll servants in the Giant Land. That's what was making me think of that.
Okay, let me just check. Okay. She says they have something called the Helm of Power, Power Armor, Scroll of Ages, and many powerful artifacts. She says, according to what I've read, the Gnolls came closest to defeating the beast of all the other peoples throughout history who were up against it. She says, I'm sure what they have would be vital. She says, I don't know what caused it to fall so far. It must have been those viruses that have given us by this brew mother. Just a suggestion. She looks a little shy,
heck
and
yeah.
she goes back.
That's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, like, we can really decide on which. There's so many things that we can do, and we do have the time now to do them.
Yeah.
Woo, that's exciting. Oh, I'm gonna say words, Roldan.
Are we all together?
No, we're all split up.
So Kiff and I went to go look for a house.
Yeah, we're shacking up.
Settling down.
we're all having very different adventures today.
Fontiev was just like, I just want to become an airship pilot. I don't know what the hell everyone else is doing.
Kiff and
So,
Dromik,
Fontiev,
cold-blooded buddies.
Would you just be reading the book by yourself, or do you want to like talk with anyone about that topic?
Fontiev, that's you.
Fontiev?
I'm sorry, my brain shut off for a second. What was going on?
I was asking about your airship. Do you want to like? Are you just studying the manuals by yourself? Do you want to talk to anyone about it?
I mean, so it depends. Like, how much is Fontiev actually understanding everything?
He feels like he keeps coming back to the problem of needing a power source for the airship.
Who among here would I would say is probably technically knowledgeable enough that would be able to decipher the idea of what could possibly power it besides that thing that's buried underneath the fucking ocean?
So you could talk to any of your fellow party members, or you could talk to.
I mean, in terms of our NPCs, who would be like under Fontiev's knowledge, who would be the most like technologically advanced person?
You could talk to Marcia, or you could talk to the Dwarven Master Smith over here, Kaylee. Would probably be the best crafters here.
Wasn't there used to be an artificer? Did he get during the raid?
I think he got raided and killed at some point.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the Master Smith, and I'm going to talk to Marcia after that, just because Smith is in proximity to me right now.
So, given that the information has been distributed, the Master Smith says, maybe we could take that crystal heart thing you have, and if we could somehow combine it with some other powerful magical artifact, we could make it strong enough to power an airship. She says, I think some people in the wizard school might be able to figure out how to do that.
Interesting. Anybody in particular that rings your bell? Please not the dean. Please not the dean. Please not the dean. Please not the dean.
Well, the
Haley says,
dean.
last I heard, Dean Wickerman was the highest ranking wizard school.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She says, I think I was talking with Marcia, and she says that that if you go to the ancient Null city, there should be some very powerful things you could use as well there. Although it would be quite a trip. She says, I've also heard that up in the Valley of Gan to the north, they have some extremely powerful artifacts that could power such an airship as well, and that's pretty close by.
Okay, so the Valley,
yeah,
the City of Knolls, where we combine the Crystal Heart with something else.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Out of character, how do people feel about the Crystal Heart thing? Because I'm not 100% sure what the other use case for a Crystal Heart is.
Give it to Marvis and make him smash more. So my personal, it may be Kiff's opinion, but I don't know because he doesn't know about this yet. Give it to Marvis. He's stronger. Go to the Valley of Gant. Get shit. Go get airship, power airship, and now we're playing FF7 world map.
Yes, it's kind of my feeling right now, and that's just like I'm just trying to figure out like what to do.
I feel like that's the shortest sequence of events to get there.
All right, I'm gonna go find Marcia. I'm gonna ask her the same series of questions. Only I'm gonna add in, if she is aware of anything in the Null City or in the Valley that we would specifically want to look for if we were to go those routes.
I'm sorry, who are you going to ask?
Marcia.
Marcia, okay. And you want to ask her what the best way to do this is?
Yeah, the same series of questions. Only on top of that, I also want to ask if we are going to go the Valley or the Null City route, what specific type of objects we'd be looking for. So we have some kind of goal outside of a vague walk this direction and hope run into something.
She says she thinks for a bit. And she says, "Well, I've talked to all of you guys a lot, and I've heard a lot of things." She says, "Didn't someone have a nullish machine that did have a power source in it? Maybe if we use it, we could find our way to more."
It's party. Remind me, what was the nullish machine again?
Don't know either.
We
Is it the
had
planar communication device.
I think so. It was the thing that used the crystals.
That was Nullish, or was that Gith?
I thought it was potentially Gith, but I can't remember the Nullish item. I know that we had... It was whatever used the crystals, correct? Because that's what you're trying to find. I know that we had another
crystals or an
device.
alternative power source. That's basically what we're going for right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Because Fontiev has been waiting 12 levels to get his goddamn airship.
I know. Yeah, so here's the thing. I think in this like little, not downtime, but in this time that we kind of get to choose which direction we're going to go in, that could definitely have like the potential to be one of our next things to do. I think Maggie's thing is going to have to be first just because it's a duel. But I also don't know if it, like you need to do it now or if there was some wiggle room. But I don't know.
They've been mentioning it for at least
yeah, I know they've
days,
kind of said something about it a couple times. And since they brought us gifts, it might be something to just be...
Yeah, and I've at least spoken to Yllaxis and heavily suggested
Yeah.
I mean, actually, even before they said that, I was like, so we're gonna go Carthan Underdark.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but like I also want to make sure cuz I would also like that airship. That would be badass. So, if potentially we could do Carthan Underdark airship unless there's other stuff that people would rather do or Carthan Underdark Knoll stuff airship cuz like I feel like those kind of go hand in hand cuz I definitely think Knoll stuff is
So-
Well,
going
I
to
think at this point we've like mostly finished Carthan, so
It would be faster if we had the airship before we went all the way to the east.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe Carthan, which is basically done. Underdark airship, then we can freely move about a little bit better.
Yeah, and who knows? Potentially, we don't know what's down there. Maybe they might have some sort of power source.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I would agree. I'd say
But Fontiev wants to wear his captain's hat and dress up Kip like the first mate.
yeah. Also, because if we do end up needing to go north to the valley to get something to even power that airship, I feel like it's easier in terms of covering land to go down, and then we can potentially come out either north or south, and then when we have the airship, then travel like all the way east because it's the other side of the map.
Yeah, I like that.
We'd be passing the capital, so.
I like that idea.
And we can always, well, if Dromik takes the travel through trees spell, we can kind of quickly pop back to Codwake.
I'm a druid,
Yeah,
so I can.
we definitely need the travel by tree
Which,
still because
like,
that's gonna
you
be
don't have to take it if that's not what your
immeasurably
character
useful.
would do. But
No,
it would
I
be
don't
useful.
mind. I don't mind. Remember, I'm a druid. I can swap my spells out at
Oh,
any
yeah.
time. So,
Enough.
yep, I know all of them.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
so-
it's immeasurably useful if we ever need to make a quick escape.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm not going to keep it forever. I'm just going to
Yeah,
tell you that
but,
right
like,
now.
if
I'm
we have
happy
a
to use it
travel
for
day, yeah,
travel,
that's-
but
yeah.
Dromik wouldn't
You don't
use it
need
to
it
run
every
away,
day.
probably. Well, he might, but I doubt it at this
Well,
point.
it's because you have other options
Yeah,
like
I have-
heal, which
or
is
like
also
8 owls. That's a pretty good short way, and that way I'm close enough that I can sling spells.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean that is something I'd be happy to take or swap
Yeah.
for a travel day. 100%. Okay. Just remind me to
I
do
think
that
that
because
makes
I'll
sense.
forget.
Yeah.
I will do my best to remember as well. Cat.
So then, I don't know how like what space the Underdark covers, but it potentially,
A
if we
lot,
go
I
down
think it-
and maybe end up north,
Yeah, go
towards
down
the
and up,
valley,
down and up
and then
on the
when we get the thing,
directions.
yeah, because if we end up north, and then we just fast through trees
Yeah.
back to Codwake, get the airship, and then go to the east, that will heavily
Yeah.
improve transit time.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I request the Underdark next after we've finished whatever we need to
With
in the
with
city.
this. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
So let's summarize the house shopping. So
Yes,
so
that's
what are you
fine.
guys- are you looking for anything for sale?
Well, so we were told where our people tend to live. I think if possible, I would like to find a place either on the edge of that, because technically it is slums, on the edge of that, and say, like, actual town. Do you know what I mean? And see if we could get a house, like, on the edge, on, like, that mixing point, so that
There's,
we
like,
can kind of...
There's not like better and worse parts of town.
Right.
It's just
I'm
because
saying, like, the area in which the LizardFolk and Kobolds tend to live is a worse area of town, if I'm not mistaken. Oh,
Okay,
boy.
now that I'm done, I accidentally deleted the map. Okay.
Oh, good.
So yeah, so there's the rich part of town is like the northeast part. Middle class is kind of like down south, and the northwest part is more of the slummy part. The kobolds and people would often live like outside the walls.
Okay. So maybe
Yeah.
just a house that is on, like just inside the walls? Yeah? I'd prefer somewhere as safe as possible.
So you do know
But-
that the town gets attacked by orcs and giants occasionally. That's why they have walls.
Yes, and that's kind of why I'm saying I would prefer to be
As you're
inside
going
the
around
wall.
the town, you get the sense people are kind of nervous, mostly because that does happen, and the walls are kind of smashed in some places.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
the gatehouses are, and that most of the city guard force is vanished.
Oh yeah, they got got.
But that said, there are a lot of now vacant houses because a lot of people were killed during the fight.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people wanting to like sell houses quickly, and a lot of people trying to rebuild walls too.
Right. I think that we're going to try to the town, which is something that I'm gonna have to zoom in on. Hold on. Apologize.
So, Kiff have idea.
Okay, go ahead.
We friends. Oh, sorry, it's Dromik. I can speak in normal common. We have grown relatively fond. Well, Mercy, we are basically friends with Mercy. And I think you've talked to her and she kind of understands what's going on in Dromik's life and all that jazz.
I think she has the basic idea. I don't know.
Yeah. The Artisans District, which is kind of like the middle class part of town, artisans have a lot of, nice goods, the bakers and butchers and all your shops and wares. Exactly.
Yes.
So there's a lot of good tradesmen in the area, and nice stone walls and whatnot, plus masons to help repair them. And if it's pretty close to the church, so
and it's further away from the part of the town that gets
attacked by the orcs.
and
yeah.
and it'd be close to
that would
Mercy,
be
so
perfect.
that might be a good thing.
That might be perfect. I think that's a wonderful suggestion, Kiff. That.
And if we got big enough house, and we have friends like us move in like different rooms, then there'll always be someone of our kind there to help Shan out with the babbies if need be.
Are you talking about a literal LizardFolk apartment? Because I love it.
Yeah.
That.
I like it. Okay, so house prices, right? So
yeah,
what is
let's.
your guys' budget?
Like I said, we were looking in the Artisans District. We don't know what the pricing looks like there.
Let's say that there is a big building that could be an apartment building that is slightly damaged with all the chaos.
Yeah.
But is for sale for 4,000.
Oh, that's expensive. The problem that we don't have that much gold.
Yeah, we don't.
It might be something to do. Mayhaps I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have to grab an entire. Like, I don't think that's gonna be feasible currently.
Right now, yeah.
It could be.
You could
feasible.
also get a townhome.
Yeah, I think a feasible
1,000, which would probably be 2 family the most.
That's probably enough for now, honestly. As long as we have, I was thinking perhaps having our friend Stanley join us. He's pretty good at guarding things.
I mean, Dromik and Kiff aren't going to be staying in Carthen for too long, so by the time you come back, you can just upgrade to a...
Right, that's what I'm thinking, that, like, if we start with... We're doing the, like, basic house owners thing. We get a small house, and then when we get more money, we get a bigger house.
Yeah. And
just wait till those eggs hatch.
Yeah, exactly.
While we're gone, Click and Bam could stay.
Oh yeah, that
like
actually would be wonderful. Yeah.
And help out Shan.
Shan, yeah. Then.
And if Tip needs a place to stay, Tip is more than happy to stay there as well.
I think Tip has a family home,
need,
right?
We don't need big nest. We all
That's
sleep
true.
in.
They're all really tiny area.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. That's perfect. So let's start with the smaller townhouse. I have like 600. I have almost 700 gold. I don't know.
Kiff currently has 315 gold. However, Kiff is more than willing to sell these 2 rubies.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you have those.
Yeah.
Can I...
Oh, go ahead. Do you want one
Oh,
of them?
no, never mind. No.
Okay.
I realized these were your personal ones, not from the purse, so never mind.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're personals. Yeah. Okay. I would, if you want to do that, I would be very grateful.
Of course. I mean, it's our home.
Yeah.
I mean, you have baby, so you maybe take up a little more space. Up, I just dropped out.
Okay.
But still, we take care of place together. Let's scale folks stick together.
Yes, we do. That.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna sell the rubies and then go back and purchase. Or Kiv is going to sell 1 and or 2 of his personal rubies, depending on the price of them.
Yeah, I have the
The
2
eyeball rubies.
rubies from Kolthar's skull.
Okay, so you could go to the gem market in the mining district to sell those.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we had a
So,
full ass day over here.
You would probably find Lady Carter there going, and she said, "Oh, I'll absolutely give you like a really good price for those."
Okay, what would that be?
You want to sell both of them? Do you want to like let's see. So she's gonna offer you 1,200 for both.
Deal.
Yeah, I think
Deal? Okay, deal.
that's reasonable. Yeah, cool. So do you want to split it half and half? Do you want to
Yeah, halfsies. Halfsies is fine.
Okay, perfect. So we'll each take 500 out.
Yep. So I now have 1,015 gold.
I literally went back to the exact amount that I was given. I just took it out of the bag and then put it out into the world. There it goes.
Oh.
So we own a little artisan's house, a little 2-family home. How cute!
So cute.
That is
Yeah.
very cute.
Are you guys joined owners?
Yes, we are.
We're buddies. We said that it was 2 families.
Think like not Ross. Chandler
and
what the hell's his name from Friends?
Joey.
Joey.
Joey. Yeah, Joey and Chandler.
Well, they
Oh wow. I loaded into the game and there
then
was no
immediately-
table.
Yeah, I can't. Table is not working right
too
now.
many effects, but that's okay.
There is no table. There is only void.
It's number 45 Pleasant Lane.
Yay! And then I would, at some point I would ask for help to move like nesting items and whatnot into like the housing area, like into our house.
I'm
Kiff will
sure
say,
that
if Kiff know
yeah.
one thing, Kiff know nesting materials.
Yeah. Perfect.
So there's definitely more kobolds in this town than there are lizardfolk, but there are a few lizardfolk that friends that Jen has that can help out.
Yay.
But there's definitely like a gaggle of kobolds that are very excited about this, and they kind of all want to live there.
Oh boy,
which would probably be too many.
there's too many
I think
kobolds.
that it's safe to say to Kiffin, no, the kobolds kind of like being in a big pile or a big.
Yeah,
community.
We're very group oriented.
Yeah.
Hence the recommendation for the big LizardFolk
the
apartment
big
building.
apartment building. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just said yes, big apartment, all of them. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea eventually when we get some more funds. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. Cool.
Indeed. And
Also,
there-
very quick question: how many eggs do I have? I have names. I need to know how many eggs I have.
So you're asking Shan this question?
No, I'm asking in general. I would probably be able to count them, but I don't know if I don't know if egg. I'm not sure yet.
I'm gonna say it takes
Don't
her
know
like
if
a
egg.
day to make
Yeah, I
eggs
would
and
assume. I would assume
Yeah.
that is the case.
So she would tell you that it's
Days.
going to be between, like, well, you would know that it's
Yeah.
probably going to be between 4 to 8 eggs.
Perfect. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know. How many names? And what's the maximum? 8 would be the
she
maximum.
needs to put name to egg.
Yes, because I have some names. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I have 7 names. I can pick out one more just in case. We have 8. Easy. But yeah. Stuff.
So I assume that doing all the house stuff only takes you to about 2 or 3 p.m.
Oh, okay.
And then we have to be back in town anyway, right?
Yeah, till about I think it was like 4 was the
4
There's
o'clock.
going to
4
be a
o'clock was
big
the meeting.
meeting at 4 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think at that point we'd probably make our way back to Well, and maybe we wouldn't make our way back.
We
We'd
have
probably just
at least
kind
an hour to kill.
we'd probably kind of
Kiff-
wait until people come find us. I don't know, cause like, do we know how to find each other? Ugh.
I feel like
Kiff
we
Kiff
Well,
does.
we know we're going to the thing at a certain time, so that
I
should
feel
be
like
fine.
we could have said that, like, if we don't see each other before then, just meet up at this place
Yeah,
by
Yeah.
4.
probably
Yeah,
the
we
church,
knew
the high
where
church,
the meeting was happening.
right?
So
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
yeah,
and
wherever the high meeting's happening.
and Kiff is never lost.
Oh
if
yeah,
he's been
you're
there
right.
before.
You're never lost.
Never lost.
Glad I'm with
yeah.
you, bud.
So we have a little time to kill. Kiff proposes, why don't we make our nest a home?
Ah,
And Kiff opens up his coin purse a bit. He's got 1,000 gold. He doesn't even know what to do with that much money. So he suggests that we go shopping.
for like furniture items, like house items. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's stuff
Turned
to
into
cook.
a house hunt.
This fantasy is starting to
Perfect.
seem very realistic.
It's so good. I love
Stuff
it.
to cook. Stuff to make floor soft. Stuff to make house warm.
Yes. This.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're gonna do with our downtime is make sure the house is all nice and cozy.
And the weather this particular day, it's quite sunny, and there's a gentle breeze, and it seems like spring is not too far away.
Woohoo! That's so nice.
Yeah. So yeah,
oh,
Kiff
go ahead.
will spend at least 200 gold at various artisans in the area, ideally kobold or lizardfolk, for various wares.
We're small artist only. We're a small artist only house. All small batch. All lizard folk or kobold owned. I love it. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
This has been a weird
This is-
session, okay?
We have the house.
This
It's
is
fun.
downtime. You can do what you want.
Yeah. It is 11. Do
Yeah.
we want to save the big meeting for when we get our paladin back?
I think that
This is
Yeah,
also-
just
probably.
based on
I-
time.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like, this is also one of those things where we haven't been released to the wilds in so long that everyone's like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, but I don't know what to do first. But I think that the idea of Underdark and Airship are really two really strong ones. And then from there, the world will open up really well if we get Airship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
And I
remembered,
finally get
like,
to live out my D&D dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I also remembered words. We said we were mostly done with Carthan, but we still
Yeah.
have the feeds potentially lurking outside the city, and we have to clear
Yep.
out the hospital.
Yes, we do.
And the underground
There are
passages,
some
so
things that we need
there
to
are
clear
things
out.
to do.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
tonight, maybe after the meeting, we'll do
Yep.
one of those things.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for the likely topics and the meeting and whatnot, and then
Yeah, I
it's
tried
time.
to give a lot of information.
I think that I mean, either after the meeting or before the meeting, depending on when people get here, Kiff and I are gonna have to show off the house and be like, ta-da!
Yeah. Behold, our nest.
A house. Yes. Yeah. That.
It's literally just a hole in the ground.
No, it is a little house. It's a nice little
It is
house.
a nice townhome that just so happens to have a couple of bedrooms filled with a bunch of very soft things.
Oh my god, look at
Is it
those
like
coffered
pillars?
ceilings.
It would. It would probably be since Dromik would probably let Kiff decide specific materials for an above ground nest, because like I know how to furnish an underground like little burrow, but homes are not really my specialty. And it seems like Kiff's kind of got this, so Dromik's like, yeah, I am helping. I'll like
So,
push
yeah.
stuff places.
Kiff never make egg before, but Kiff know.
You know how to make a cozy
burrow.
nest, and yeah.
Yeah. It would probably be something along the lines of like going to a bed maker and being like, "Hi, friend, we need bed, but not bed." It's just
Yeah.
like it's like a
Describing, like, a
four-post bed
floor.
with the with like the top part, like the cloth on the top, but there's just like no bed part, and then there's just a whole bunch of pillows and what's it called?
No, you know what I think of
Blankets
it
and
as?
stuff
It's
underneath.
essentially like a giant-sized dog bed. Because
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
cushioned
Yeah, that
and
makes sense.
floor, like, but it's big and round. It's like old 70s beds that were cool. Or like a water bed. That would be great too. Like a warm water bed would be perfect for egg.
Yes.
Like that. Literally just that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So next time we see each other we do meeting, right? I'm looking forward to that. And I'm kind of glad we all kind of got to futz around, look at items and you know, decide on what we're going to do now.
Indeed.
Ooh. Anything anyone wants to do before we finish?
No, I'm
Oh,
just gonna ask for time clarification later, so I know how much I could read and what
I
was in
think
that nice chest of jewels.
oh, you mean when we were
Yeah, but that's just a like timekeeping thing, not
yeah.
not an in-game thing.
You wanted to know what was in what box?
I
The
can ask
gift
later. It's
boxes.
like 11:10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gift boxes. Oh, this was
Yeah.
such an interesting. I think it was just because we all went. I know I went like, what do I do now? Like, there's so many things. I love it. No, I'm excited. This is a nice
So lightning plus Loring.
Yes, this is a nice whatchamacallit, like stop to, or I mean like start to the next step of the
Like
adventure.
a part 2.
Yes, yeah, it is a nice like little part 2.
Intermission
Yes.
before part 2.
Intermission.
We're
Part
about
Yeah,
to do
I
a
love
time
it.
skip.
Side quest. No, I'm excited about really getting to look around and do stuff. Could we,
Yes.
for the sake of recording, say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.